All good.
We're on?
Yep.
Okay, it was buffering, Mike.
It was.
An update. A producer.
What can he do in that situation?
Just don't say anything, honestly. It's just annoying.
The silence was killing me a little bit. I wanted an update.
I bathe in it. What a moment driving home. We'll get to the mini golf tournament in a second, but sort of a side note of that. I'm driving home yesterday with Ryan heading back, stuck in traffic in Maine like crazy. In the backseat, I'm hearing something faintly. It's bizarre. It's like weird. I'm like, what is this? Turns out, what's the name of the mortgage company? Pool and Mortgage?
Yes.
They gave me a hat, which I wore yesterday. Krabus' dream. This hat started talking like, it's unbelievable.
Get out of town.
The stories this thing had to tell from this mini golf tournament was incredible.
Really? A new hat, no
Mike,
less.
you know what? Ask it if you want. Ask him something. Go ahead. Herb, them. I don't want to, I don't know yet, but yeah, go ahead.
What other golf tournaments have you been to?
This is my first one. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
crazy, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's that many stories though.
I don't get it. It's just, it's very strange.
That is a little odd.
Yeah, I don't, it's really weird. Very, very, very strange.
Well, how did Kirk do, hat?
Mike loves Harvey Weinstein. That's not.
How does he know that?
I shouldn't be saying that.
How does he know that already?
Weird how I would say that. Thanks to, I know we're on the show, but we should certainly thank Pool and Mortgage, Shoppers Cafe,
52 weeks financial.
Yes. Am I forgetting somebody or no?
I was wearing Milton's. But
We were Milton's, yes,
Yep,
yeah. I would have. The shirt was great, by the way. I got a lot of people would say to buy that shirt, Dave. So we should take a look at that.
We should.
The issue you had was the price, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Oh, how much was it?
You're talking about the Barstool golf shirts?
Yeah.
Between either 60 or 80, I forget. They were pretty
Really?
expensive. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, you mean what they sell for? You
Yeah.
didn't want to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should look at that. Maybe if people want to buy them.
nice
I
shirts,
don't know. Maybe if people want to buy them, they can buy them, I guess, right? Maybe I shouldn't be such a stick in the mud.
I agreed at the time.
Yeah, I know. Sell the shirts. Stop.
Oh, come on, you.
I love this guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, look. First of all, that guy Richard is a killer, Dave. I mean, he's won both tournaments now. I don't know what to say about the guy anymore, but
he's an animal.
I think about him all the time now. I am obsessed with this tournament. Congratulations to Ryan Minahan, who finished third in the money.
Unbelievable.
Low Minahan, who I predicted would not have finished in them. First of all, I never thought either one of us would finish in the top 10. I finished fifth. He finished third. Congratulations to him. He played great and battled his way through. I mean, first of all, the heat, his obesity, and the fact that he played like he did was very solid. So congratulations to him. A story for me was I played really well, but I just couldn't. I just missed a few key putts, and that was it. And, if you look at my card, Dave, for all 3 rounds, I'm sure you did.
Yep.
No fours.
Not one.
No, I was told the only player in the field that did make a 4.
Really?
But maybe too conservative ultimately.
I'd say you left about 7 strokes out there. You missed a few putts.
And I think I lost by 7 or 8 strokes. Yeah.
Yep.
And there wasn't like a lot of lip outs, some bad luck, but it all evens out. But I mean. I don't want to get emotional, but I don't think anybody's ever battled like I battled those 54 holes yesterday. I mean,
Seems like it, yeah.
And there were moments where I'd be frustrated, I'd miss a putt, I'd turn around and Justin have his fucking phone filming. One time I wanted to take the putter and brain Justin, put it right in his fucking skull.
Isn't that his job?
It is his job. I understand it is his job, but it's frustrating when when you're in that situation.
Right.
You have cameras, multiple cameras, you're following, you got people following you,
You're not thinking rationally at that point.
Nobody else has that kind of pressure there.
Well, I mean, we have to document that because we do have a little breaking news for you.
Is it going to annoy me or no?
No, this is great news for you.
All right, play the breaking news sound, Justin. Go ahead. Just sing it.
We got some breaking news.
I am currently looking at the 10th best golfer in the United States of America by points.
Hello, folks.
The 10th ranked golfer.
Mini golfer.
Not 10th best. No, I'm higher than that, but ranked. The ranking system's flawed.
Fine.
According to
right?
American Mini Golf
Fine.
Alliance.
Yes, sorry.
And you're new to this.
That's true. So where's Ryan on that list?
Well, Ryan is not a member of the American.
Well, listen, you got to do your paperwork.
You got to do your job. Do your job.
Tough shit, tough poopies. I mean, that's bad. I think people are like, oh, your brother beat you must be. I raised him, basically. Essentially, I raised him.
Right.
Taught him, what to pleasure himself to. Didn't teach him how to do it. To be clear, Mike, let me be clear about that. Not that you would have any objection to that, but
I wouldn't really. I could have used that as a young man.
Certainly, yeah, right. But I'm the only father he has now.
Right.
So, but I mean, that's bad. That's the paperwork you did, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan's got to be more successful. Get a podcast of a producer does that work for him.
There you go.
Yeah, you should have people on that.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
That means, what I actually think it means is if you play in more tournaments where you can accumulate world rankings, you have a really good shot to be the #1 golfer in the United States of America, because a lot of
I
other
have to win
people.
any tournaments, do I? As long as I just.
Oh, no, you just gotta
okay.
place
Keep
top
racking
five
those
is your
top
spot.
10s.
Yeah,
All right,
top
good.
10, top 10, top
Consistency.
five.
There's points for that.
Yeah, a lot of these guys I don't think are
I'm the
playing.
Anna Kournikova. If you think about it, Mike, I'm the Anna Kournikova now in mini golf. Like,
Sure.
Lots of hype, great looking, like, but where are the wins?
Right.
A lot of top 10s. Obviously, both I was in a relationship with Julio Iglesias. I believe she's married to Enrique Iglesias, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of similarities.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Interesting. I didn't care that Portnoy made sport of your one moment of, sort of breaking a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed.
Yeah.
But you know what, Mike, let's be honest. Like, you got to give the people a little bit of that, though.
show.
Like,
You're a
that's-
showman.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Was I really,
yeah.
what are you guys laughing at?
Nothing. There's just a little rule that maybe we missed, but it's okay. It's
What was the
all right.
rule?
So the next event is in New Jersey this Sunday, and
Okay.
on the thing it says, so registration fee is $40.
Fine.
And then it says in parentheses, all players must subscribe to the O Street Mini Golf YouTube page. It's completely free. Please show proof at check-in of
That's
day of
smart.
play.
These guys have been ripping off
They have like
the...
70 fucking pictures of it. That's just smart. Well, subscribe and take a picture and send it to me. I will not be playing that event, I don't believe.
No, but you got to map out your future here.
Well, what's the schedule look like?
You have it up right there.
Let me see.
Are we in South Carolina?
Well, that's in October. That's the
back to-
Masters, which I'm ready to. You
always
have an
wanted to win the
exemption.
Masters.
You have an exemption, so you just got to commit to it.
I'm committing right now.
Okay.
So Sunday, August 21st is in Farmington, Connecticut.
Sunday, August 21st in Farmington, Connecticut.
The 41st Farmington Miniature Golf Tournament.
That feels like a soft maybe for me,
Okay.
at best.
Might not make
And then
Go ahead. Okay, Justin.
September 10th to September 11th. It is a 2-day affair. A planned 10-round tournament at Dolphin in Boothbay, Maine.
Ooh.
You could take back 9/11.
I was just say if I play poorly with the worst 9/11 in history, I would definitely say that's possible. For sure, that's possible.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars,
Then
folks.
September 17th, there
It's
is
a busy tournament schedule.
there is the Matterhorn International Pro-Am.
Where's that?
It is in Canton, Connecticut.
Okay. Yeah. Soft yes.
That's a 3-round.
Okay. Soft yes. I would say the one in Maine that's in Boothbay Harbor.
Boothbay.
I love Boothbay. I know that course. Okay, I might play in that.
Dolphin?
I might play in that. Yes.
10 rounds.
So what?
It's a lot.
I know. So
It's hard.
Yeah, it's a long day.
It's 2 days.
But that
You said you
that,
can't do it.
that could get
Sounds
you
like they
ready.
think you can't
That
do
could get you for the Masters. 'Cause
Well,
the
it would. Nothing will be as mentally exhausting as that course we played yesterday.
Yeah,
It's just it changes you.
Yeah.
You go in one way, you go in another. Honestly,
Yep.
I mean, it's just it's.
And then have to share umbrella space with myself and Justin had to be.
Well, I'll tell you this.
That
demoralizing.
sounds nice.
I'll tell you the biggest takeaway of the day yesterday. There's not even close. I played great. Ryan played great. Fantastic. The people there are awesome. We'll get into the some slight criticisms of the way the tournament was run yesterday. Slight.
Major. But
Slight. At one point in the rain in the final round, I was talking to Dave, and Dave bent his head down to see something. Dave is thimming so much up top of this.
Oh, really?
It is not true.
Tim Riggles was paired with me in the final round, Mike. He was actually, I think, fairly sober for this.
Okay.
And he could confirm.
He was not sober.
Fairly, for him, I
He
said.
was not
He
sober.
could confirm that Dave's hair, while wet, was nauseating.
First-
Oh, really? Is that right?
Mike
No.
Manansky level.
No.
Yes.
This is
Dave,
inaccurate.
it's over.
It's
It's
not.
fucking
It's
over.
not over. It's not
It's
over.
You seem like a
over.
guy who would have taken action. Like you'd be a
Oh, I
propecia guy.
absolutely
shocked.
would have
Yeah.
been. I would have been ready for this.
This is. I'm giving you because I know you care about this. I'm giving you honest, not even criticism. 'cause it's not your
feedback.
fault. Feedback.
No, now you are. Yesterday you weren't. Yesterday
I was
you
in
were trying to
shock.
embarrass me in public.
I was in
but
shock.
Today it's honest feedback.
I was in
appreciate
shock.
that.
I couldn't believe it. It was like
It was a
also not
knee-jerk
accurate.
reaction.
It was
no.
It was. What are you going to do about it?
First of all, it's not accurate. However, I am willing, because I do appreciate your honesty, I'm willing to go to somebody to check it out.
You should probably do that.
Yeah.
You should probably get a consultation of some kind.
Yeah, I heard Jerry's went well, so I guess mine.
That was a little bloody, but he survived it. Yeah, he survived it.
So you were under an umbrella with these gentlemen.
Well, I mean, it in between the second and third round, became a torrential downpour and thunder and lightning to the point where like you couldn't. Although I was one of the final groups, so some of the groups continued to play on, which I thought was nuts. It stopped. It was brief, but yeah, I was stuck in like a picnic table umbrella situation with those guys, and I don't think a single word was exchanged.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite. So Dave did the announcing again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's burying the lead, by the way. Was there a Stone Cold Steve Austin type entrance
Well,
for
Dave
him?
texted me. He's like, I'm around. I can go. And I was like, maybe you misinterpreted this, Dave. As sometimes you do with our texts.
Okay.
What was your take on it?
The text? No, it was perfectly fine.
I just said
perfectly normal.
You don't have to do this. It's fine. You're at a wedding with your family.
Yeah.
Like don't abandon your family.
You can't handle this.
But you know what? He needs it too much, Mike. Like he
Right.
can't. Yeah.
I knew this is why I didn't respond to either of those texts.
a lot.
I just let it
He
go.
was
and
thinking,
show
what
up.
if,
Nope.
what if Portnoy
not true.
retweets me again and says I'm a
Correct.
great
Correct.
broadcaster?
Nope. I typed and deleted about 50 different responses to those texts.
What
and-
text? I didn't send you anything. I sent
No,
you.
I typed and deleted my response to
my
your
text?
Yes, because I just knew you would take it to the point of I need this, blah blah blah. So fuck it, just let it be.
You
Just let it
understand?
be.
I will read you the.
Just like that dummy Rico Bosco in his opinion, just let
Leave
it
him-
all be.
Oh, I think he had some very astute
Just
points.
let it all be.
Just FYI, I'm heading back tonight. Going to go in the AM if that's okay. Don't worry about it if you don't want to. Not a big deal. And that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. Yep. And he showed up. And then, so what was Justin's role then?
Well, I told Justin I could go now.
I mean, my dramatic hole in one in the final round was not even filmed.
I know it was tough timing. That's what sucks about that course. It takes 5 minutes to get every one of those videos.
I have to say, I don't want to do this to you. It makes people like me wonder if it even happened.
If it's even real, I agree
Yeah.
with that. It's
We
funny.
tweeted it. It happened. It happened.
What's great an update that it happened. I can tell you. I mean, I can get the scorecard for you, Mike. It did happen.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay.
You know, Tim
All
Riggles, if he's at this point, he's probably passed out somewhere. But
That was the
Yeah.
hole to do it too. I really actually felt bad. I thought about that for a while because I played that hole in between rounds.
we know, Dave. Instead of producing the show, you're practicing mini golf.
70 shots, and I didn't come close to that hole. That was the hardest.
You take it on the
hole
inside, you can hit
course.
that brick.
I know that's what Ryan was saying.
The number one handicap hole is the one I made the 6 on last year, early, and Ryan made the 4 or 5 on this year. The 16th is the hardest one.
Yep.
The hardest one. It's emotionally scarring. It looks. It's a draining day. You get through it. You battle. I'm very proud of myself. Proud of my brother. I'm proud of the tournament. Did I think it would take 5.5 hours to play 3 rounds of mini golf? Yeah, sure. Of course I did. That's what I thought. So I could sit. How long did it take you to get back, Dave? It took us, me and Ryan, I don't know, smooth 14, 15 hours yesterday.
Yeah,
Traffic
Sounds like a
to get
lovely
back.
Sunday.
In 100-degree weather.
4 hours 15 minutes, maybe. Was that what?
Yeah,
it
it
was?
took us about
Yeah.
4.
Yep.
Where I was once you're dead there. It's that because we were like maybe we'll just go play golf or get something to eat and leave at like 8 or 9. But then it was like fuck it, we'll just sit in it, take it.
Now, can you say you were genuinely happy for Ryan Minahan completely, or was there a little jealousy?
No. He didn't, if he won, maybe he didn't win. He finished third. Like, and he's way. I'm disappointed that he's this proud of himself for finishing third.
Oh, there's a little.
I want a
extra
little
swagger
eye
and
in the
stuff.
tiger. Yeah, it's like you finished third. Like I finished 5th. I'm happy with it, but it's not. It's not a win. You got to win.
Right, I understand.
I'm one of the 10 best mini golfers in the world.
Yeah, well,
So
he
for
doesn't
me,
take
it's
it that. He
different.
doesn't not even signed up for the tournament.
In the country. I bang top 10s everywhere. Different states, everywhere.
Yep.
Do I win? Well, we'll find out.
And that field has played Tabers at least
Forget
individually,
it.
each
so
one of them
Ryan
20,
did very
30
impressive.
times.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, there's no question about it. And I'll tell you what, Portnoy texted me yesterday, November 12th, 2026. They're going to release that mini golf tournament.
Oh, that's good.
So you guys will see.
That's big.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes.
It's always good to build the anticipation.
Yeah. Oh, people are still talking about it all the time. Yeah. Is that the kind of thing where it comes up, people are like, oh, yeah.
Are they just waiting till we all forget what Jerry tweeted? They're just hoping
I know, I've forgotten.
we forget who won.
Who knows? Could be a dozen reasons why they're doing
Sure.
it. Who's to say?
Sure, I see.
But I am very much looking forward to whenever that comes out. But keep in mind, when that is out, I've already played in this tournament. I've probably played 3 tournaments by then.
This is the only. I mean, this stuff matters.
Oh.
That was cute.
Look, I loved it. It was great. It was fun. They're wonderful people there. But this was a grinded out. This was a tournament for people of Maine. Like, this is a tough man and tough women's tournament. It takes balls to play in this tournament. And by the way, I played in the first 2 rounds with a lovely David and Ryan, a lovely father and son team.
Oh.
And I watched some of the videos, and Colleen's dumping all over this dad. He
Well,
was
the
a
guy had some of the
wonderful
worst,
guy.
Some of the worst putts I've ever seen.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
he got trapped in the
Well,
rough.
that's
in
an
a couple,
unbiased analyst.
No, but he was really. It seemed like you were really making a sport of this.
struggling for material. Yeah, probably.
I mean,
probably
geez.
so. Yeah.
God, a muted reaction to my hole in one.
Yeah, it was tough. Yesterday was just it was a tough day in the booth. That's all I can say. Yeah.
No, did Portnoy retweet you at all or no?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Tough.
Too bad.
Not even worth the trip.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
How'd you do, Justin? All right, man. He's good today. This is his week. I can
His
feel
phone
it.
died halfway through,
feel
didn't
it.
it?
No, not halfway through. It was at the end.
Oh, okay.
Died.
Yeah,
Oh, it took that ate our
passed
battery.
away.
Oh, with
Yeah.
all the videos and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Was that your first time there, Justin?
it was.
Oh, what'd you think?
It's tough. It's so much. It's such a better course than the Hamptons, though. The Hamptons one.
Were you there?
I went to the Hamptons.
He
once.
scouted.
Right. He went to the Hamptons twice.
That's right. You weren't at the term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Hamptons one is nice, but it's like a
Basic.
tourist, like kids course.
Ritzy ditzy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean anybody can, whatever. Anybody
Rico
can win
Bosco.
there.
He was Rico Bosco calling. He was very
He's
critical.
calling now?
Yeah.
Oh, put him on. Fine, go ahead.
He did have some unkind words about him.
I wasn't following. I was trying to grind. Like I will say, I love Rico. Is he on now?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, I love Rico, but you can't be texting me during the tournament.
It seemed like some of those were from me. They were directed at me.
Sure,
I
but I'm
guess.
on there. I'm trying to
Right.
grind. I
understand.
appreciate where he's coming from. Hello, Rico. Good morning.
I would like to think it was on silent, Skip. I hope I wasn't vibrating.
No, it's fine. No, it's okay.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I saw the phone was vibrating in his pocket. I saw the entire time.
It's not. Go ahead, Rico. Good morning.
Nobody's talking to the illiterate, so I promised I wasn't going to yell. But if the illiterate starts piping up, we're going to have major problems. This is just a quick Monday survey to the group, okay?
Sure.
And all the Minute fans, they can vote. So, everyone in the room, how do you guys do your dishes? Do you hand wash them or you put them in the dishwasher?
What is going on? What is going on here? What happened?
I hand wash.
Do I put them in the? What do you mean? I'm done with it. Like if I make a plate of pasta or something, what do I do with the dish after?
Yeah.
I wash it off in the sink and then I put it in the dishwasher.
Right, okay. So dishwasher is the correct answer. Okay. When you guys change the channel, do you click the remote or do you walk up to the TV?
I use the remote.
You use the remote.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
use the remote. Now this fancy little thing you guys are broadcasting on right now. Are you using beta tapes or is this live to that intranet thing?
Why are you asking, Rico? Out of curiosity.
Well, what I'm asking is why a fucking molestation victim like Dave Colony would insult the people here who want live updates and wouldn't tweet scoreboard. Maybe if he ever walked behind a fucking walked past the golf course, he would know to do that.
Well, here's Rico. Hold on.
free hand.
Dave, shut up.
Rico grabs his balls again.
Rico, hold on for a second. Here's where I think your criticism is valid. I don't think it would be hard for Dave to have a scorecard in his hands and say, here's Kirk, he's now even, he's now -1, he's -2. You never say that.
No, I don't.
And you should do live Twitter updates. And then, by the way,
I don't have a hand to be writing it. I'm using my phone.
you have a head.
No,
You got your well, here's the you got a hand for a phone, and you got another hand with 2 fingers shoving it up Miss Rodriguez's twat.
No, I don't think that's
because you don't support abuse
that's too
victims.
personal, I
It's
think. That's
legitimately gross.
You wouldn't say that.
Was it Miss Rodriguez?
It's a different conversation. It was. It's a different. But Dave, you should be able to do that and say, hey, the leaders are at -5 or -6, right?
I just know I had the scorecard attached to the phone that I was holding as I was using my other hand to press buttons and to
You know what comes down to, Rico, is honestly, maybe this is a fault of mine. You would never go up to me and say, hey, Kirk, are you even 1 under? Like that would never happen conversationally during a round.
I did come up to you a couple times and said that, but
did?
I did. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Skip, I disagree. When we were playing in the Hamptons,
2 years ago, yeah.
everybody knew. What are you through 6? -3 through 6.
Oh, yeah. How many fucking Barstool production guys were there? This was 3 people filming.
That's fair.
Filming
That's fair.
54 holes of mini golf.
That's fair. Maybe we should make it a bigger production.
If I could do it over, I probably would have had Justin keep score and give me updates.
Go ahead, Rico. What's that?
I'm bigger than my problems. He's fucking yelling at me. He's fucking like a child. Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. You keep your own score on the golf course.
Correct.
So he's keeping your score for you. So all it had to be was through 3 -2, through 6 -4.
I think that's fair.
That's all.
That's a fair request.
That is a fair
request.
That is a fair request. It is fair criticism. The way it's delivered, I feel.
I think forget the delivery part.
very
It should be hole by hole updates. -1,
Yes.
-2, +1, plus
that's all
that's.
But I would
Wait, what do
need
you
somebody
feel?
to give
What
me
do you
that
feel?
information, and I didn't request that. I actually think Dave was keeping your score, right? The other Dave, the guy who was with.
Well, we all keep. It's like everyone keeps everyone's score.
Okay.
Yeah, that way it's then you turn in 1 card at the end.
I don't care about those illiterates. I didn't care who they were playing with.
No, but certainly-
I just wanted Kirk's score.
But you want to know,
That's not that hard.
but you need to know what the. I mean, in a perfect world, you want to know what the leader is, though. But,
after the round,
Right, that's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
asking him to do 3 things at once.
Totally
he
fair
should
criticism.
film,
Yeah, he can't do 3. He
score,
can't do
and-
3 things at once. We know that. That's
No, if he did need to pull back, I would pull back, maybe fucking tape up his boner a little bit while he's staring into the abyss for fucking Mrs. Julio, and hope she doesn't get
These
knocked up
issues
again.
aren't related. I mean, are we talking golf
you do
here? Are
that?
we talking?
Would you consider tapping off your bonus?
But here's the thing, Dave. You say it's not related, but for instance, like me, like I have claustrophobia issues, I have a lot of things because of what Dr. Dan did to me.
Yeah.
So maybe
Certainly have
they
issues.
are all tied
Yeah,
in
they
together.
could
You don't
be.
know that.
Yeah.
So maybe
Right.
Rico's making a good point.
Yeah, he could be, but I'd love him to be respectful of the issue instead of being. I
Well,
don't
Rico,
know.
would you ever make fun of my
You
issues?
work for the skip, you underling fuck. You work for the skip.
This isn't a conversation.
You work
I
for
mean, I
the
know
skip.
this. This is
You're lucky
information.
you're not handing out mail flyers for WEI. You work for the skip. Give
Thank you.
update.
Thank you, Rico. Goodbye. Thank you. See that? Thank you. See that's
Hang up on him?
a little bit of muscle. I think it's,
Oh God.
hello?
I don't think he's done.
Yes?
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Two things.
Yeah. Go ahead. Take
I
it easy.
promise to never throw beverages, but if Colony hangs up on me again, I can't say I won't go down that road.
Did my boss
Kirk,
say
fair.
goodbye? Did my boss
fair.
say goodbye?
No, I did not.
Did my boss
No,
say goodbye?
Mike, I did not do that.
Never,
I didn't hear it.
never.
Nope,
Kirk,
did not.
You
Would never
can
do
give
that.
him, Kirk, in closing, on this glorious Monday as a top 5 finisher.
Thank you.
The one line, as Tony says, I'm the motherfucking boss of this motherfucking family. Tell him. He don't think he works for you. Remind him. You're going to have to beat him up like that fucking guy in the sausage place when he gets the surgery to remind everybody.
Oh, the big,
Tell him, I'm
the big
motherfucking
muscle, the
boss
big
of this
meathead guy.
motherfucking family.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do
That's
that.
interesting.
I'll do that. Rico, I'll go beat the shit out of him now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Goodbye, buddy. See
That'll
ya.
keep me and
Love you.
Justin in line, certainly.
My great friend Rico Bosco,
Worth
who's,
the call.
who's bringing up, covered in some vulgarity, but brings up a good point. Like we always learn, like whether it's the Wilbur, you can always improve things.
I
Certainly. And he's
100%
passionate
agree.
about it.
Yep. A little bit of ego attached to the way he described the issue. He could have just reached
That was
out
a funny
on a
setup
personal
of the
level.
dishes and the remote.
No,
that made me
it's
laugh.
okay.
That's
All right.
fun. It's a good call.
I'm a team guy. If Rico ever asked me for anything, I'd give it to him. He hasn't done that with me
I
personally.
mean, I would
but-
like. I get as a fan. Like, there's a tremendous amount. People love that.
Oh, we're raising money for this. Dave, can you help me? Yeah, sure. Yeah, not a big deal. I'll send you some money, Rico. Not a big deal. I'll help out the cause. We'll help out the cause. Yeah.
What a sensitive,
no,
what a
don't worry.
sensitive
Don't worry. Kurt.
balding bitch you are. Jesus. Good God.
What have you sent him money for, Q-Ball?
So what, he can talk shit about anything and I can't just talk shit back? I'm not sensitive about it. I don't give a
Criticize his
shit.
work. He's criticizing your work.
Okay, I'll criticize the work that he didn't do at the Wilbur then.
There you go.
Okay.
That's better.
I don't have much to work with. I don't work with the guy.
Perfectionist. I don't know. Maybe he's, who knows? I'm a fan. He's a teammate of mine
He's
and a
funny.
great friend of mine. One of my great friends. So,
Very funny guy as well.
he's very passionate. He's a huge fan of the show. How about supporting him, Dave?
I 100% agree. And
And all he wants is some updates.
I
He does financially, it
completely
sounds
agree because I want those updates too. Just I wasn't keeping score. I would have had to ask that person. I just said if I went back, Justin would have been keeping score
I
somehow.
don't know if I
with
would
that.
trust that the whole
you
process.
would. Yeah,
thing.
you would.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
fine.
I barely knew like what hole you were on. It was the flag.
Well, that's kind of an issue for you, Dave. I mean, I don't.
No, but it was like I don't know. You couldn't see shit. So.
Well, the
Folks, I can't tell you where we are, but
we'll talk about Allbirds in a moment. I will say they announced at the beginning that there were way more players than usual, and like honestly, it's a lot of the fans were playing yesterday, so I understand that. And I appreciate that. That's very nice. We help out the tournament. That's great. Now that they have this in place, it's only going to get bigger. This tournament's only going to get bigger because we're going to do a live show. I'm sure there next year, one of these events. We'll do a whole thing. So they have to figure out a way to make the rounds faster.
Yep.
Whether they do early, late start, or whether they spread it out, the tee time, something. I mean, we were waiting. 2 whole groups were playing in between.
it seems to be a problem at all these tournaments. Barstool had you block off 9 hours or whatever it was.
Correct.
Madness.
You know what the mini golf tournament? You mean?
Yeah.
But that was even. But you know the thing with that, Mike, though, is that was like a TV show.
Right.
Like that, I get. Like that's all. This was not that.
Right,
we were
right.
standing there, just waiting forever. And
What was the reason?
too many players? They jammed the place
Ah,
up. So I think you got to spread it out. Maybe like stagger it. Maybe.
Yep.
Or maybe go early, then an hour later do it in other groups. Like split it in half.
Probably. I think they need just more support, like calculating scores, getting it up
That's
on
the other part. That's
scoreboard.
antiquated, which I like.
Yep.
It's kind of charming, and I like. And it's Justin, right? Who runs it?
Yes.
Great guy. Does a great job. Everyone there is really nice. I mean, did you run? What
Yeah, I'm just
should
trying
did you
to think.
have?
No, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, they're all nice. They're all good guys. Yeah.
Some characters there. The guy Ryan played with the first couple rounds, wild. The guy was throwing the clubs around.
Which one was that?
That seems fun.
Kid?
He's like an older guy. What would you say, Justin?
The kid? I thought the kid's name was Ryan.
Oh, the one that Tim said is like the
You
best
played
golfer in Maine or whatever. Best
Hey,
mini
some
golfer.
older guy.
Yeah,
I don't
yep,
know. He's
yep.
wild.
Like does the hockey style.
It's like Paul Sorvino says about Lorraine Bracco. He's talking to Henry Hill. I saw Karen last night. She's wild. This guy was nuts. I liked him. I admired him.
I saw one of the Maine Dagels in the top 5 again.
Ooh, that guy's dangerous. Good, but he's a very nice guy. You know that guy, Ken?
Yes.
Very nice guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that informed me I was in the money. Very emotional moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
What was
it's
it,
good fellas again. I popped my cherry, but professional miniature golfer.
$50.
$50.
Yeah, and
50
Ryan was what,
smackers.
100?
Ooh.
I think he was 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a good day.
He kicks back 10% to me though.
I'll give Ryan credit. He wasn't gloating or anything like that. It was just
He
day
was,
at the
he was
office.
very happy. No,
Oh,
he was very pleased with himself. But he should be. It's a nice for him for what he's done in his life. That's a good accomplishment.
Okay.
You know, like that's probably one of the biggest accomplishments, probably the biggest accomplishment of his life to this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have
As I said,
kids?
it's the only $100 he's earned since my parents died.
Okay.
So it's a fact. His kids, yeah, but I think you would trade one of those kids for
that.
for a win.
I got
for a
you.
win, not for a third, but for a win. I might too. For a win, that's about one of the top 10 miniature golfers in America. So for me, it's different.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Am I the best player without a win now in America?
Oh, without a question.
You
I mean,
are Phil
other
Mickelson.
than if I won Barstool or not, who knows? Correct. Who's to say? What's that, Mike?
You're kind of like Phil Mickelson now.
I know you're right. It's chasing me. It's chasing
Yeah.
me. It's in my head. Any other criticisms of the tournament, Dave? You seem like you were bitching about plenty of things yesterday.
No, I just pace
No,
of play was the biggest issue for sure.
Well, one of the reasons was one of the holes in front of it. I think it was the 12th hole, the double one. I went to putt, massive clump of Colinane's hair right in front of it.
It's just not true. It's not accurate.
It's
whatsoever.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just a short, elderly, bald man.
Got a haircut recently. Asked him to thin it out.
5'8",
Yep.
68 years old, and like bald as a
It's just not true. It's just not. It's just not accurate.
All that considered, he's doing pretty well, I would say.
Oh, he's doing fine. No,
That's what I mean.
Yeah. He's a 2.5, as somebody said yesterday.
It's just not true. But standing next to Ryan Minahan doesn't make anybody look good.
You can stand behind him, no one will see what that belly is. Jesus.
These are very conflicting reports I'm getting on this man.
he's struggling. He's getting a little big in his middle age. He still eats like he's 20.
Right. Okay.
He's at that point where it's not bad, but it's like you got to be careful.
Gotcha.
You know, yeah, who knows? But I'm very proud of him. He's my little brother. He's the only brother I'll ever have.
Is he itching for more tournaments?
He's
as
coming
well?
back next
Yeah.
year to playing it for sure.
Oh, so he's just a one-off each
Well, I
year.
don't know if it's I don't know if it goes out west or not. Like I would retire now if it was $50 a week if it's financially solvent. I don't know that yet.
So, do you think we could do like a Barstool mini golf
I'm not
classic
interested in
thing?
that. Don't do.
No, I'm just wondering. Like
Nobody
those are fun events.
nobody takes away the purity of it like Dave.
Oh yeah, he's trying
you-
to make
you're
a buck.
just-
This will be the next
do this
live.
with everything. You do this with everything. There's not a lot of mini golf tournaments in the world. You bring the most notoriety to them. Why
Why can't we
wouldn't
partner
do
with
some
our
of-
friends in the Maine one?
Sure, like however you fucking do it is all my point is. Like,
Live show tournaments, but it needs to be legitimate though. I don't want to do some bullshit, you know.
I mean, I have the AMA emailing me very quickly after your tournaments. I think we can organize
Wow.
something where we can
The
get
The
world
AMA is on your ass.
Well, I mean, you're ranked in the top 10 in the country because that's
Because I
their
played
system.
well in a tough course, finished 5th.
Sure, but we have to like
By the way-
let's
by the way-
respect the governing body.
By the way,
a little bit.
old. Like I'm almost a senior. The champion score is 50 and older.
Oh.
Almost 48 years old. I shot that score yesterday.
Nipping at their heels.
Was it a young crew out there? Yeah, it was pretty young.
Ryan is in his 30s.
Yep.
The guy Richard, he's younger than me. I think Justin's younger than me.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into my Achilles issue. It doesn't even matter.
talk about it.
Doesn't even matter. We'll pretend my Achilles is fine. Doesn't even matter what I shot yesterday. And I ran today. Nobody cares. Let me fuck. Excuses are like assholes. Mike's licked every one of them. Sure. You know what I mean?
Is that right?
Yes, I think it's not.
I've never heard that.
Even Mike was
version
like,
of the
even Mike said to
expression.
me this morning, he's like, Dave is fucking bald.
It's not accurate.
I was talking about the glare coming from.
Oh, it's
the,
brutal.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
Brutal. Oh, Allbirds is a footwear company that creates shoes that are made from natural materials, better for you and better for the planet Earth. The Tree Runner Secret Show we're running this morning, and we're running yesterday before the tournament. The perfect everyday sneaker, made with premium natural materials like eucalyptus fiber. Eucalyptus fiber? Is that right, Mike?
It sounds right. Eucalyptus.
Fiber. There you go. Keeps your feet nice and cool. And right now, when is it going to stop being gross here? Do we have a day?
Tuesday.
Oh, it's, every day.
Heat wave, baby.
Might be
We
like
need
a
that
weather-
rain.
Ugh, no kidding. We had crazy thunder and lightning yesterday, but it got no cool. I thought it was supposed to get cooler after that, isn't it?
Yeah, Wednesday's supposed to be high of 79.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be wonderful.
Risked your life playing with that lightning going on in the background.
Lightning literally went off in the middle of one of my putts.
That's going to be quite a picture.
It can't even, doesn't even, I don't know. Who knows? Dave probably didn't film that, but it's fine. Busy texting
That fucking like
live events Lisa about how we could do a tournament or something. Well, I'm trying to win.
30 videos, literally 30.
I played 54 holes, Dave.
Yeah.
30. So you got 30 videos out of 54 holes.
In
Congratulations.
the middle of fucking nowhere, trying to get those videos up. Yeah.
Just like last time. Same problem as last time, right? That's what you said last time, right? Same. It was tough because you're in the
Yeah.
middle.
What am I
of
going to do? Yeah. What else?
Not
could I have
fix it,
done?
evidently.
Yeah.
Not coming up with a solution.
You're right. You're right.
How do you wash the dishes?
We might have a solution next time, actually.
Oh, good. Great. Might.
I think soon you're going to see like Jersey Jerry's accepting $40 million to join Dave's mini golf tournament.
I've been contacted. I don't want to say. I'm not going to get into that. I've been contacted. Find your new favorite shoes for sunny days and upcoming travel at allbirds.com. ALLBIRDS.com. All right, what else?
You still want Alex Bennett on the show today? You haven't responded to any of the
Oh,
texts.
I thought she was calling in, right?
Yeah,
No?
9:45.
Is that why the TV is set up?
No, I just kept it after the Jerry thing.
That is why the TV is set up.
No, that is not why the TV
Oh,
is
you
set
too.
up.
So is Alex Bennett going to be on the TV?
Justin's got a real tood today. I
Dave's
don't know
walking
what it
into
is.
a web right here. I don't know.
Is Alex Bennett going to be on the TV?
By the way, let's give Justin credit. The show's 30 minutes long, to my knowledge, so far, Dave.
Yep.
Stayed awake the whole time.
I did not.
That's the big.
No.
Well, I don't even want to
controversy,
discuss it. I don't even want to discuss it except to say this. I like Tim Ridgels very much. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
I love McSkinnikin.
McFuss Daddy.
is
Yeah.
my favorite guy in the universe right
He's
now.
great.
Legitimately. The guy is electric. Like,
Yes.
Portnoy honestly might steal him. I'm a McFuss Daddy guy.
Yeah.
I would, whatever he wants, he's our guy.
Should find out if he read anything at the library the other day.
He did not go to the library, Dave. If you paid attention to the show, he went to.
What do you mean? He said he was going to.
I have a postscript if you'd like to hear it.
yeah.
The guy who thinks he's your assistant with the big nipples,
Yes.
Gearhead Mike.
Gearhead Mike. What are you laughing?
Sure,
at?
that's not
Great-
how he wants to be
great nipples.
described.
Great nipples.
Oh, he's got great. Oh, he's got order weight
Hard as
nipples.
a rock.
Okay,
He's got
good.
order weight
Yeah.
nipples.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
He and his lovely wife girlfriend invited McFuss Daddy to. He took a shower and took a nap there.
Oh, that's right. That did
Really?
happen.
yeah.
Yep, that's right.
what the Minute fans are all about.
Yep.
Probably drugged him and had sex with him, but so what?
Either way, it's a very nice
He's a laid back guy.
experience.
He
Yeah.
doesn't care.
I forgot. We all played golf together in Magnolia, and I forgot that.
I was not. What do you mean we all?
Well, like
They
I
all-
played with
I was not part of
with
that.
Nipples, him, his other buddy from
Yeah. Yeah. How were nipples that day?
Perky.
Unfortunately for him, I feel that sticking.
Was it weird in the 12th hole you just put your golf ball on that and just teed off using nipples or not? Yeah. So I love those guys. So we promised them 2 tickets to the next 2 live shows.
Yep.
I'm going to honor that because I honor my contracts.
Yeah.
Unlike others who fall asleep during the competition.
It was
Well,
not.
that's what I'm saying. You should honor it because they stayed awake.
Did you fight? Were you fatigued at all? Did you feel like you were going to sleep or not?
There was one point when we were
what I was
reading
talking
the
about.
description of the Clifford movie for an hour straight.
Clifford, the movie just came out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We how many times do you think I had you guys? read
Anyway,
that?
so Justin fell.
Okay. Well, he says he took a 5-hour energy shot and he didn't.
you
fall.
fell asleep during it, Justin.
I did not.
He says he did
Dave,
not.
did you watch the video? What do you
because
think watching the video?
I told
first of all,
him-
shut up, Justin, for a second.
I got firsthand. I got to see how Justin sleeps yesterday. So in a car specifically,
Oh,
and
a
he
little
looked
analytics.
exactly the same as he looked
done.
in that video.
Thank you.
Nope, not true.
Yes.
Well, just a minute. You were tired.
I was tired.
You fell
but
asleep.
I told him. I said, continue reading, and as soon as he stopped, if I was asleep, I would not have.
It
had-
never happened. The sleepover, the night, that never happened.
That's not true.
Well, don't do that.
What do you mean it's not true? It's my show.
We all
it never
watched.
happened.
We all.
It never
I
happened.
was there. I
it
saw
never
it.
happened. It's wiped out from history. I saw the people tweet me all kinds of pictures. You were asleep.
I was not asleep.
Okay. You're saying you were not asleep in
Was
that
not
situation.
asleep. Nope. Do not asleep.
Here's
I
the
will
thing,
say, I
Justin. If you were
believe-
asleep, you wouldn't know it.
That's the thing.
If you watch
That's
the
thing.
full clip,
We've all been there. Where you doze off. I'm watching TV. All of a sudden, you don't even know it.
The phrase "resting my eyes" is the calling.
Correct.
The only time I've ever said I'm resting my eyes is when I'm falling
The
asleep.
2 of them are talking while you're sleeping.
Tim was
Yes.
Tim was reading.
They could have left easily.
Nope. Because as soon as Tim stopped reading, I would go, "Let's go." If I was sleeping, that would not have
What a
happened.
defense. What were you
That would
saying?
not
Dave?
have happened.
Nothing. I mean, yesterday I was mid conversation. He fell asleep on me.
We're driving
It was
back?
just like that. Yeah.
Did you pick him up?
He
No, I
came to
went
my
to- I
house.
went to
Yeah.
And I saw your tweet suggesting Justin's car is as dirty as ever.
Not true.
Yeah. My wife looked at it and she was horrified by it.
Oh, I thought it was clean this morning. Well, what do I know?
Mike
I
said
didn't, I
that
didn't
2
notice
weeks
for the
ago.
first 3 months. Yeah.
We cleaned it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were definitely sleeping, Justin. And
true.
it
Nope.
completely wipes out. I'll tell you who the winner is, Tim McCann.
Well, how do you
It's like
figure?
it never happened.
Now, how do you figure?
It's like it never happened. He's starting all over again.
Vamos.
What was that, Tim?
Vamos. Yeah, fuck you. You're driving me to my car.
I mean,
Vamos.
Bully in the world.
it's over. What a knock on Justin, too. That's bad. That's just bad. You can't fall asleep during that.
What did Jibberry tweet?
What's
he,
that?
He tweeted something about it.
Might as well
didn't
have been fentanyl.
he?
Well, I said,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he
true. It was
says
a-
fentanyl
it changes
changes
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is my takeaway from it. It changes everything.
Did you apologize to the families of Michael K. Williams and whoever else?
Bob Saget?
Mac Miller? Yeah.
I did not. Not yet. I did not. But I mean, so Dave, gun to your head, was he sleeping?
I believe he looked like he was
And
sleeping.
also,
That's not even an answer.
I believe he was sleeping.
So do I.
that wasn't the rules.
And also what?
Like I could have left to go take a shit.
You fell asleep during it. Those guys could leave and come back. You wouldn't even know. Of course, those are the rules.
No, the rules were that it always had to be recorded.
So you were sleeping.
I was not sleeping.
But now you're making an excuse. You're
now-
defending
yeah,
why you weren't
Nope.
sleeping.
It's over. It's fine. No, it was a good time. Everyone had a good time, but it doesn't count.
Everyone did not
But I
have a
will
good time.
honor the tickets.
Well, I think we have to discuss the definition of sleep.
You're
You
not
know,
awake.
if he dozed off.
That's sleeping.
No.
That's sleeping. That's not sleeping.
Closing my eyes.
if you just
Dozing?
kinda, if you just kinda
I didn't doze off.
catch yourself and wake up.
You're asleep.
Okay, all right.
Did
If
those
that's the
guys
definition-
do that?
Yes.
They fell asleep.
Yes, and I spray them with the squirt gun.
Correct. So, but then when you fell asleep, they couldn't do anything because they're the contestants. You're the host. You have to stay awake.
I was awake. If you were, I was attentive when Tim
No, you
stopped.
weren't. No, you weren't.
When,
Justin, have you looked at the video of that?
I did.
You look attentive in that situation.
when Tim
I think
stopped.
it's
All human being
Surprise.
would use the word attentive to describe that. I got 5 million tweets with pictures, which annoyed me. But still, you did not look attentive in that
Well,
situation.
when Tim stopped reading the description of Clifford, I would go, "Let's go, back to do it."
You were
If I was
asleep. You
sleeping,
fell asleep.
if I was
You
sleeping, I
fell
could not
asleep.
have done that. I would
You
not
fell
have done
asleep.
that.
You definitely fell asleep.
Nope.
It's over. It doesn't matter. You can disagree. It's over. That tournament, I want that to be considered. I'm trying to think. It's like a Chris Benoit situation. I want it wiped out.
Sure.
Historically.
Don't
we
ever
can
wanna
delete
see
all
it.
that. We can delete the evidence.
Thank you. What's that, Mike?
I just thought that if you watch the video from the audio, I don't see what's going on necessarily.
The audio is confusing.
But from the audio, it does sound like three very awake, spry gentlemen.
Sure.
Yeah.
But both those guys think you were sleeping. I'm not saying that matters, but I'm just giving you the situation inside the car, which I was not in.
Mind games.
No, they're saying it now, though, after the event.
Yeah, because they think I like fuck with them. They're trying to fuck me over.
Really? Why would they do that?
Why?
I don't know. Did you see the tweet where he's like we should have killed? In the tweet, he says we should have killed him when we had the chance.
Who said
I
that?
think
Tim?
it was-
I think he was kidding. I don't think it was kidding.
He also defended you.
If you could have just reported him to the police.
He defended who? What happened?
Tim defended Justin. Said like Justin technically didn't have to stay in the car the whole time, right?
The man wants to murder him. What's he going to say?
So according to Justin, he could have just taken an 8-hour nap by the rules, as long as it was recorded.
I could have. I did.
You
not.
think that would have invalidated the whole thing or no?
I think that's
It
what
would
we're
not have
looking for.
it would have been terrible.
It would not have invalidated it.
Correct.
You don't think it would have?
No, they had to stay. They had to stay in my car.
So, Mike,
for
if he
12
felt
hours.
okay, well, I think it might have been more entertaining if Justin actually slept the whole time.
I was just going to say, how about this? We get the group back together. They watch Justin sleep for. He's not allowed to wake up this time.
No, if we do it next time, we'll get somebody in charge. We'll put somebody in the car who knows how to do this.
Right.
Knows how to do
Yeah,
it.
well, Justin can't do it.
Well, he knows how to do it
No,
now.
no, he doesn't.
He's a
No,
veteran.
We'll get
I
somebody
did not-
else.
did
We'll
not
get somebody
sleep,
else.
did not sleep.
We'll get somebody else. So it's fine. It's no big deal. It's fine. I appreciate it. You tried. You gave it your best. There's no doubt about it. What
The,
are you doing?
the shame of this is you called it his first
He's plugging in the
successful.
TV. He's not going to use.
Yo, why are you mad at Dave about
What
this?
is with you? Like
You said
He's got a real
I
toot.
set that up for him
Why
and
are you
Jerry.
being cunty?
He had a
today?
toot. He's had a toot all morning.
What's your
No,
issue?
he's got a toot for some reason.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking to Justin. What's your attitude?
Well, no, you asked him. You said, "Why is the TV?"
I know,
set
but
up?"
you have an attitude. There's an attitude in the air with you. What's wrong with you?
I have no attitude.
Okay. Is it because you guys spent all day together yesterday or something?
It could be. That was a long. Yeah.
Oh.
That was a
We
full
had
12
some-
hours
we had
together,
some-
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Great conversations.
We did. It was actually, yeah. It was
What'd you
wild.
talk about, Dave?
The dollar menu.
Yeah, he's really into the dollar menu for some reason.
What do you mean?
He was like, "Did you know, Dave, that the dollar menu? There's actually a $2 menu and a $3," and he went into
it's
the
not a
entire
dollar
thing.
I don't know what you're
Is that
talking
right?
about.
Yeah.
McDonald's?
At
you mean?
McDonald's,
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It was just like one of the many.
Who gives a
conversations.
shit?
Yeah, well, you asked what we were talking about. It was
So
one
this
of
was
the
a-
many.
You didn't tell him to shut the fuck up when he said that?
Me? No, a nice guy. He was. Yeah.
I know he's a
We had
nice
a good
guy.
con- we had a good
We're going back
conversation.
and forth.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an evolution on like, you go into the dollar store and some things cost $2.50.
Yeah, no shit. Like, you think everything's a dollar when it's a, like, what are you, 2 years old?
I wish that's when double cheeseburgers were on the dollar menu.
That was probably, yeah. I think that's the
You
real
guys stopped at
conversation.
McDonald's or something?
No,
No.
I don't understand.
They didn't have to. They got so much good conversation in. It was like they were there.
The food at Tabor's is very good.
Oh, Justin was very critical of the hot dog operation, though.
I was critical of. The
I
wait
had
time.
I had a hot
dogs
dog. It
were
was very
excellent.
good.
Okay.
What is that?
It's a
Ambulance?
fire truck, I
okay.
believe. Yeah.
Fire truck.
Yeah.
So what time is it? We're calling Alex? Or she's
Yeah, I
calling
think
us?
she'll be there in a second, actually. So.
What else is going on?
Mike,
Where
actually,
is that truck?
Why does it feel like it's in my
Yeah,
ears?
it's in my ears.
Is that?
It's gotta be right. Maybe it's on the side road here.
Doesn't feel like it. It feels like
It's-
it's,
Oh, it's closer
on
to
the
you over
TV
there.
that you're watching.
Yeah. Is it? Is it?
Oh, do you think it's
That he's
coming
not
from New
gonna
York?
use.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think it's That's weird.
No, it's not. I mean, it's
Why could you have you? I only was there once. Can you hear like New York City out in the Barstool office like that?
No, not at all. It's really quiet in the city generally.
In the
It's weird.
office.
Yes,
In the
you're in the
office.
building.
That's fucking.
You can-
that was loud. That was
if
really
a police car
loud.
drives by here, I can hear it.
That fire truck was coming from New
Yeah,
York.
this is like an office. This is like a big office building. They have 25 studios. They outfitted it. I don't know. I would have thought that was
That's
loud.
true. There
That
should
was
be
fucking-
soundproof
That was
studios.
loud. That was like
Yeah, but I don't know where she. Okay, what else is going on?
Well, he's already made quite an impact.
Mike brought up this. I just think it's funny. This KFC tweet right before the show that you quote tweeted, Mike, about Alex Jones. I just thought that was
Oh,
funny.
yes.
Yeah. Did you see KFC tweeted, I love people who are...
Yeah, go ahead. Almost like.
You don't like this?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, all right.
Jesus
He
Christ.
tweeted, I love people who are like, this sets a bad precedent for content
The Alex
creators.
Jones verdict in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to telling the parents of the kids their head literally blew off. It's not real. Deplatform me and make me pay too. And Mike was just pointing out the
He has
discrepancy.
literally done things like
He's
that.
literally
Yeah,
with
what
the
was
Tiger
his-
Woods
the
situation.
Tiger Woods was a hoax.
Yeah.
And then when people said, "Are you joking?" He said, "I am not joking. I think it was a hoax."
Well, it was a weird. Did he respond to you or no?
He did not.
Yeah,
No.
that's a weird one.
He had to delete a tweet over the weekend too.
Did he really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that. The like I don't know. Like I think Alex Jones is a massive dick, but I'm not really
Sure.
sure. I don't know. Like I'm fine with Alex Jones losing every dollar. Like obviously he's an asshole, but it's just a weird. It's a strange. I just wonder about the precedent.
I think you shouldn't be for this case.
No,
just
I'm
because-
saying I'm happy that it's happening
Right.
because he's an asshole. But
Right, right.
I don't like the precedent it's in.
Exactly. Yeah, what KFC doesn't understand about precedent is he would probably say, "Well, the Tiger Woods thing isn't as serious as the Sandy Hook
Which is,
thing."
of course,
It's like,
correct.
well,
But that's
of
not how
course
it
it
works,
is, but
right.
that's the point of precedent.
Yeah,
is you
naturally,
can say, "Hey, well, this smaller thing that you did
Right.
is kind of similar to that."
Yeah. And it's awful. Like you hear the parents. I mean, who am I to tell these parents? Like, I don't worry about Alex Jones. He's just an asshole. Like that's easy. You and I both know in the ways we've dealt with stuff. It's easier said than done. But like legally, I don't know. And maybe there's stuff in there I just am missing. I don't know that. But
That's what I kept looking for quotes where he said,
Right.
go after the families or whatever the fuck.
Then it's all fair.
Then they have a
game.
clear loss. Then they should win.
If he's
Easily.
some lunatic sprouting stupid bullshit, it's kind of like, well, is there real danger there? If there is, then let me know because I'm missing it.
I didn't follow that case or anything, but weren't his attorneys like dummies? They were releasing all
Oh,
these text
did you see
messages.
the bomb they
and all this
dropped
stuff.
on him the other day?
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. He made like 180 million one year or something.
That's crazy. He's
Really?
such a
They looked up
friggin'
this morning. They
nut
said he
job.
was worth 40.
Yeah, there's just so much business in that bullshit conspiracy stuff. But
All right, I think she's there. I think she can hear us. Alex, you there?
No.
She can hear us.
okay,
Maybe
I
we'll
don't
hear
want to
some.
sit here and wait for 8 minutes. Can we set this up or what?
Maybe we'll hear some inside Barstool dirt.
It's true.
Alex, can you hear us? All right, let me talk to her behind.
Okay, great. Oh, blindmike.net, of course.
Yes, thank you.
What's going on there?
We had a good free episode yesterday or today. I think it was a fun one. But we also on Patreon. You might be interested in this. We had my buddy Carl on from WATP because Stuttering John is trying to take my platform down. Are you aware of this?
Oh, is he really?
He's suing Patreon.
Is he really? For what?
Yeah, because guys like Carl have been making fun of him. They just play his podcast.
He
and-
loses his
and
mind,
goof on
huh?
him. He loses it, and now he's sending out cease and desist orders and suing them.
Yeah.
Sounds like Alex Bennett is here.
Dave can't do anything right. So guys, hold on one second, Dave. Hold on. So so he's suing them.
So blindmike.net. So he's sent a cease and desist to Carl and says he's suing Carl.
Yeah.
But now he keeps hinting that he's going after a $4 billion corporation, which everyone has figured out is Patreon.
Pretty sure he's gonna be really successful. He's probably gonna take them down.
I think he will. Yeah.
He's had a very strange post Leno.
It's weird where like if he just went away, guys like you or just Howard Stern fans would be like, "Oh, I like Stuttering John."
I think
but
I
now-
had him on enough about me.
you did. You did. Yeah.
And they didn't like me for some reason. I think. 'Cause I think I made fun of him like in the.
I prank called him, and I
Oh,
think he
that's
thought
what it-
you were making
that's
fun of
right,
him or
that's what it
something.
was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So basically, like now he goes after anyone that even remotely makes fun of him or anything, and he doesn't.
Strange.
It's very weird. Yeah. So he's become like a cult figure on the internet now.
Okay. Well, there you go. Blindmike.net. So go
Yes.
get moving there right now. We good, Dave?
They're just fixing audio on their end, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear her, though.
Quite an operation.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So we just in a holding pattern right now.
It should be just a few seconds. She's typing right now. Hold on.
All right, I'll do Omaha Steaks for a minute. Omaha Steaks is back, which I love. Summer's in full swing. This is one of my favorite sponsors when we have these guys. No Backyard Grill Out is complete with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com today. omahasteaks.com. Enter keyword, I don't think so. Enter. I mean, you could do this if you'd like. He's a dear friend of mine. We had a very long conversation on the phone the other day. But if you enter keyword KFC into the search bar,
I don't think
I
that's
don't think
right.
that's it. I don't think
you don't think that's what they. I mean, you can. Kevin's a great friend of mine. If he makes a couple of dollars off it, that's for the Tiger Woods fund, Mike. That's great. And order the All American Assortment today. This package includes butcher cut filet mignon, pork chops, boneless chicken breast, and way, way, way more. 12 ultra juicy Omaha steak burgers free with your order. It's a great, great, great deal. Justin, get that for your dad.
I will.
He seems like a grilling guy, no?
Oh, he loves to grill.
There you go.
You can bring it to the grill.
I
You could sell 6 burgers for $5.
To his father.
Yeah, it's his deal in life, I think.
Just everything's buy 5 get 1 free.
I like Justin on the grill. If he's on the, how long does it take you to grill a burger beginning when you're there?
When I'm there,
Just grilling a burger. How long does it take?
4 minutes.
Okay, who takes over for the 15 seconds when you sleep? Out of curiosity.
Not.
Huh?
I don't sleep.
You doze off even during a short activity like
Oh,
that?
he definitely no. He doesn't fall
Nope.
asleep. No, he just
Nope.
he just closes his eyes. Man.
Yep. Sometimes you close your eyes.
Visit omahasteaks.com. Oh, good job here. Type keyword Kirk in the search bar.
Oh,
KIRK. And fill your freezer with enough gourmet food to keep your cookouts going strong all summer long. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword Kirk. Omahasteaks.com, keyword is Kirk. All right, we good, Dave?
Nope, doesn't appear so.
Okay.
They got 2 guys in there fixing the audio.
I mean, this is like, why is this like a professional? Like, can't we just talk to her on like the phone? Like, what?
Yeah, you want me just to call her? Actually, I should just do that. I can
Whatever,
call
let
her.
them. If they feel like
Yeah.
that, it's
They're
not
in
gonna
the
be
studio,
It's not gonna be like an
whatever.
hour. Whatever. Keep us updated. What else is going on?
Oh, they're saying we should. So you can hear us, Alex. You got us?
No.
Nope, we're not. She said we could, but we can't.
Okay. What else is going on?
I'll call her.
What else is going on?
Just see Pete Rose at the Phillies game.
Yeah.
He's a real
So
character.
Dennis Eckersley's retiring too.
He is. I didn't even realize Pete Rose was on the Phillies. Never mind enough to have a
You know
day
that?
for him.
Oh, he's
no.
great. He's won the World Series with him. Oh,
Really?
for sure. Oh,
I
yeah.
just think of him as a Red.
Yeah, no, he was a great. I mean, you know, I watched him yesterday. You forget. You don't see somebody for a long time. Like he was all, you know, when they become like old, it's weird. He was
Yeah.
like elderly, like walking out there. It's
Well,
like,
now
holy
you
shit.
could. He seems like a guy that you could just go into any bowling alley in America
Right.
and find him snoozing at the counter.
Right, and he was when I was young, he was old. Like he was an old player. Playing was like 45.
Right.
So it makes sense. He's what 85 now, 84.
I guess so. Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know.
All right, we got her on the phone.
All right, Alex,
Hi, Kirk.
how you doing?
Good. Are we going to do it this way? Is this better? The phone call?
It's fine. Yeah. Why is this? This seems like what was going on there? Seems like a difficult production for 2 people to talk. What happened?
We think it's a you thing.
It probably is. Colin fucked it up for sure.
So she
no
defends,
question.
she
We think
defends
it's a
her
big
guys, but you
thing.
won't defend your guys?
Well, because I'm sure you fucked it up, Dave.
I am looking at it. I can see it. We just used it. Didn't you
Okay.
just do this the other day?
I have no idea. I'm sure you
didn't.
messed it up.
Nope.
Anyway, Alex is here. She's got Rough and Rowdy in what, next weekend?
Next weekend.
Are you ready for this? Who are you fighting? I saw this video. Who's your opponent?
Oh, sorry. Say that again. Sorry. We're still trying to we're getting loaded. What?
Who's your opponent this weekend? Next weekend?
Okay. She's a local from West Virginia
Mm-hmm.
who is getting a divorce,
Okay.
and she's a nurse. And apparently, she said she just started boxing, but I found out this weekend I think she's been boxing a lot longer than she let on.
Okay.
So that's my opponent. She goes by Cupcake.
Are you worried? Do you have any history in your life of doing anything like this or no?
No, I mean,
Okay.
I played sports in high school, but
Sure.
I've never done any contact sport. No.
Okay. Do you feel like you're ready for this? I'm rooting for you. I'm supporting. I want the Minute fans to go out there and buy Rough and Rowdy because Alex has said if they get to 70,000 pay-per-view buys, I'll be essentially a member of the E Street Band, like
Right.
pretty much.
I
Like,
understand.
mean, Bruce is gonna become my best friend if this happens.
I would think.
And plus, we like Alex because not many people at Barstool are nice to me. For like 2 minutes, I met her at the mini golf tournament. She kept score. She was very nice. So I was
Oh.
like, we're gonna help her out. I mean, that's essentially the history of our relationship, Alex. Right? You kept score once in the mini golf tournament.
Yeah, the first time I heard of you, Kirk, was when you covered the Mean Girl thing way back in January, and then I was like, I wonder if I'll ever meet him. I talked to Rico a little bit about you. He's going to be mad at me. I didn't say his opening lines, which was, "Am I live to tape?" But the
Okay.
only reason I didn't say that was because we weren't.
Right.
I couldn't.
Please
Right.
don't follow his advice. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
Don't listen to Rico.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing: if we get to 70,000 pay-per-views, which apparently is a very bullish number, I think 50 would be
It seems a little more
been
realistic.
a good bet.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
If we do it though, you want to go see Springsteen.
Mhm.
You kind of hurt me on
I
the
messed that
arena
one up.
because I
I
did.
messed that one up.
I didn't Google it, but we'll pull every string we have in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But then didn't you say you want to do a Midwest tour?
Yes, we're talking about that. Yeah.
Would you ever do an Oklahoma city? Not Oklahoma City, but a city in Oklahoma?
Sure. Yes.
Or a town?
Yes. That's absolutely in play. Why? What do you got?
I think you should do Pawhuska.
Tell me about it.
That's where, because aren't you trying to read 100 books?
I am. Yes. Thank you, Alex. Yes. Someone's giving you plenty of. Who is your source? Who's giving you this information?
I did a lot of homework on you. I spent my whole weekend just studying you.
Good. Smart. That's good. So yeah.
I did.
What's going on? Why? What is that in Oklahoma?
Okay, so Pawhuska is a small town outside of Tulsa, but it's where Killers of the Moon is being filmed with Leo.
Yeah, that's the
and
Scorsese movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
So that might be a nice tie-in.
Okay, it's possible. I'm not against it. So is it? What's the actual date for Rough and Rowdy?
August 19th.
August 19th. Okay.
Not this Friday, but next.
Not this Friday, but next. All right, I'm going to order it. I want the Minute fans to order it. We like Alex. Why you look skeptical, Dave?
That's kind of a big deal that this bitch said she didn't fight before, but then all of a sudden she's been fighting the whole time.
Take it easy.
It doesn't look like there's any animosity to this fight, but this woman blatantly lied to Alex that she said she didn't fight.
Are you upset about this, Alex, or are you going to just deal with it and fight?
Well, no, I'm upset about it. But it's on Facebook, and I'm not on Facebook, but somebody told me this weekend to get on her Facebook, so I started looking, and it looks like she's been fighting longer than she said. So, yeah, I was pissed about that, but she's also DMing me being like, hey, baby girl, let's give them a show. And I'm like, why are you...
Fuck her. Get the fuck out of here with that.
You got to talk some shit here.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm with you on that one. Dude, tell her to fuck off.
Yeah, I'm like, stop DMing me. We're not friends. We have to hit each other.
Right.
There you go.
Are you worried? Like, are you worried at all about like breaking your jaw, or your nose, or like, I'm not. I'm not built for that. Are you have the mindset that you're gonna be okay with that?
I'm real worried about breaking my nose. But the part that I'm enjoying is everything leading up to it, right? Because it's only 3 1-minute rounds, so I'm like, I can do anything for 3 minutes.
Right.
But I like this part leading up. I like the training, all that.
Well,
I like
you seem into it. Yeah.
I'm really into it. So that part, I'm fucking scared out of my mind for. But this part, I'm enjoying.
Tell me about your. So is this the guy I see on Twitter? The videos is your trainer? Is that right?
Yes, that's my trainer.
Okay.
Well, the other guy that I'm boxing is my husband.
You're boxing your husband. The tall one's
my husband.
Oh, you're fighting with your husband.
I don't know which videos you're seeing. One of them's my trainer. One of them's my husband.
I don't know what the fuck's. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but you're punching your husband. Your husband's punching you. Is it going on?
There was one with their husband's shirt off. It was almost like it was like foreplay for them or something like that.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's
sexual.
great. Listen, whatever. Listen, if it keeps the marriage spicy, that's fantastic.
I didn't mind it personally.
Good. Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. But no, he said, hit me. Let me see what you got. And so I was like, okay. And so I let him have one. I think I'm going to do that around the office today, too. I'm just going to say, can I hit you?
Yeah, is K Marco there? You should start with him. I played 2 rounds of with your mom, who's a lovely woman. She's very nice.
She is a lovely woman. She really likes you. Also, I owe you a congratulations for 5th place.
Well, that's fine. It's okay. It's not first place, Alex, but I appreciate it. Thank you. But
Were you proud of that, or are you mad about that?
Both. A mix. I'm sad. I want more. You're a competitor. I could tell. I'm happy I finished 5th, but I want to win. I want to. My younger brother finished 3rd. I'm happy for him, but that also burns me a little bit. So you just got to keep going. How long have you been at Barstool now? Shorter than me, right? Or no?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just a year like this week.
Okay, yeah. Do you like it? Yeah, a couple, 2 years, 3 years? 3 years. 3 years. Do you I'm not like part of Barstool, though. You're in New York. Do you enjoy it? Like, are you happy so far?
I'm absolutely loving it. I like everything I like that you can sign up for an amateur boxing match and also host a podcast, right? Like, you can do anything.
Sure. What did we get in the middle of it for, Mike or Alex, with the mean? What did we do?
Dave said she was being mean to that Danielle Bernstein.
Oh, I defended them, right? I must have.
Yeah, we were on her side.
Yeah. Wasn't that girl Hannah at the office? Like, she sent some bitchy text or something like that?
That's right. Yeah, we had your back though, right?
You did. You did have my back. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Because it was that girl.
Thanks for that.
Oh, of course. It was that girl who's
Danielle
like
Bernstein. Portnoy's Hamptons buddy.
So you have that podcast now, and then do you have more than one podcast or just that one?
I have this one, and then I have one with my mom, which I host the beginning with her. We do like a mother-daughter catch-up.
Yep.
And then she does the interview. So if you're ever in the office, she should interview you, and she makes you cookies and cocktails, and it's a great time.
Oh, maybe next time I'm in New York, which should probably be in about 2028 or so, I'll definitely do that. Nobody ever. You gotta understand, Alex. Nobody ever wants me there. No, nobody. When I go there, I'm there. I was there for. Are you doing trivia this year or no?
I am. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet, but yes.
Oh, who you on? What team are you on?
I'm between 3 teams.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
None of them are your team. I checked.
None of them are my team. What do you mean?
She's not on your team.
Like, you're not going to be my teammate.
On trivia?
She's not allowed to say this. This has not come out yet.
What is Jeff Lowe going to do to me?
Pipe down, Dave.
From
We're
her
getting breaking news.
From her perspective,
Jeff Lowe is going to do something
right
about
now.
this?
She's dancing right now.
Jeff Lowe, I text every day. Every day we text about movies. I don't even get information. Jesus, Alex. By the way, like, can you talk to somebody? Like, when is this mini golf tournament going to air? Because I got people tweeting at me every day. It's been like 9 months since we played. Do we have any update on that?
Oh, that one hasn't aired yet. Oh my God, I'm glad we didn't spoil it. The
not
end
at
of
all.
August, right?
Is that right? Okay,
I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, more important than that. Before that, August 19th, right? Rough and Rowdy, whatever is it? Like 58 or something? Who even knows? What is it? 18. So tell people.
18.
Oh, it's Rough and Rowdy 18 on the 19th, though.
Yes.
That's what's most important. It's Friday the 19th. Justin, how do people get that information? Where do they go to get it?
BuyRNR.com.
If you're a Minifan watching this, listening to it later, we like Alex. She likes the Minifans. Go to roughandrowdy.com, right, Justin?
BuyRNR.com.
Oh, good enough. BuyRNR.com. We'll tweet it out. BuyRNR.com.
Oh, God. BuyRNR.com.
Well, BuyRNR.com, goddammit. Go do it. Support Alex. We like her. She's gonna go. She's gonna. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're gonna win this fight because this
You
little.
think so?
Yeah. Yes. I'm guaranteeing it. Here's why. This whole be my friend. That instinct that she has. That's the instinct of a loser. I think she's got. You know what? I think she's got a glass jaw, and you're gonna fucking break it. That's what I say. You're gonna break her.
That's right. I am.
You're gonna break her jaw. Here's second round knockout. Second round knockout for Alex Bennett.
You want to make another bet if I get a second round knockout?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What would you like to bet?
Bet? What do you mean bet? Like we're gonna make a bet, you and I? Well, you could throw the fight, Alex. I would lose it.
Well, not if you made it enticing.
What do you think, Mike?
Interesting. I don't know. It seems like she'd only be incentivized to throw.
I'm concerned here. We'll put that on Twitter, Alex. We'll see what the people think. So, and when's your podcast go up? With one with you and your mom, and the other one with who do you do the other one with? Jordan. Oh, okay, yeah.
Jordan Woodruff.
When do we get those?
Mondays and Wednesdays. Kirk, you're not allowed to listen to the Mean Girl podcast.
Why is that?
It's just.
Am I criticized? Am I criticized on this thing? What are you laughing at, Justin?
I would be surprised.
What? You'd be surprised if I listen to it?
Yeah, you might not be
surprised
the target
if they're just like fuck Kirkman.
Yeah, you're not allowing me to listen to a podcast.
I think she's saying it's very sexual, and since you guys have a friendship, she doesn't want you to hear some of her exploits and things like that.
Well,
yeah.
look, I mean,
it's a classy move.
We're all adults here. I mean, whatever you do in your private time is none of my business. Knock yourself out as long as it's legal. I mean, right?
Well, it would be your business if you listened to it, but that was beautifully worded. Since we're friends, maybe you wouldn't listen to it, but go ahead and listen to it.
Oh, I'll give it a shot. I give every podcast a shot. I'll give it. But more importantly, again, those podcasts, go subscribe if you haven't yet. But a week from Friday, August 19th, here we go. Buy roughandrowdy.com to watch Alex Bennett knock out what's this person's name? This if it's even a person.
Like
Cupcake.
Please, fucking joke.
Watch,
Her ring name is Cupcake.
All right. I mean, was I invited?
Dave calls her this bitch.
Was I invited to the event? No. Do I take that personally? Who cares? That's not relevant. The point is, you go to buy.
No.
I beg your pardon?
No, I was going to say, I thought about asking you to be my manager, my chief of shit talk.
Right.
But you're not here, so I didn't know how that would go.
Well, thank God. Thank God I'm not there. Because I have many other projects of my own. But more importantly, go buy this fight right now, Minifans. Go buy it. Second round knockout. What do you think, Dave? Is that going to happen or no?
I hope so. I hope she knocks that bitch out.
Okay, I don't.
Puts her in a fucking wheelchair.
Well,
I don't give a shit.
Strange.
If you're gonna lie to somebody about how often you fight, this is her first time. She's training. She's probably a little nervous. Yeah. And here we got this shit talker.
Well, here's the thing, though. Hold on. Okay, here's the thing, though. If she had said to you, Alex, hey, I have a long history as a fighter, you would have done the fight anyway, right?
No, I wish I would find somebody that's never.
Well, that's a problem. That'd be a crazy move by her. Let me revisit the second round knockout prediction. Well, how much money do you stand to make if it? Did you have a deal like what was his name?
Canseco?
Jose Canseco. Do you have a deal with this? Is there so many buys you make so much money?
Not yet. I mean, we're gonna make one. We're in the works of it, but there's some number questions on the back end, so it's not official yet.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, next time you do it, you might want to get the deal done before. You're a smart person, but I would think that because at Barstool, you can't trust these people, especially salespeople. You can't trust them.
But I'm doing it now because people think I can't do it.
I respect it.
You can. Yeah, you can relate to that. Like, you can't do 70. Well, now it's like I'm going to do everything I can. I wish more people would actually make deals with me like you did. Like, hey, I want to do X.
Mr.
I'll
Barstool.
help you do X because, like,
Payola.
what?
Mr. Barstool, I get criticized all the time. If you put it this way, Alex, if you were not nice to me at the mini golf tournament, I wouldn't be doing this. But I could tell you're a nice person. So when you're a nice person, I'm going to help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate that because the Minifans can go a long way. I've learned that.
Yes, there you go. All right, so we'll talk. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to talk to you before then. If we don't, good luck. I predict a second round knockout.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll talk to you next week, maybe get an update before the fight. But good luck. We'll talk to you down the line.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it very
All right,
much.
Alex. Good luck. See you. There you go.
I respect a very open, transparent, blackmail type of deal.
By
I like
me?
that. By both of you.
Yeah,
But you're both you're completely open about what it is.
This is a pure Kevin O'Leary deal.
Right.
I'm doing this for me.
Right.
Like, but if I didn't like her, I wouldn't make the deal.
Exactly. I understand.
This is it. This is a royalty deal. I want a Springsteen. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The second round knockout. I'm not really sure what she's saying. Like, do I get to like play like with the band or something?
The deal is that you get to meet Bruce Springsteen. Like, there's no better deal than that.
Right.
Is that the existing deal?
I think you get a key to his hotel
criticizing her
room
for making a deal. I don't even know what deal I made.
I don't even remember it. I just
I'm confused. She seems like a nice person, though.
yeah, she does.
Yeah. It was all very confusing.
Yeah, but she's anyway. Go buy rnr.com.
Correct.
Right. Nobody hypes more Barstool stuff than me. I'm dead serious about this.
Oh, that was a straight.
Well, I do follow them on Twitter.
And I'll
I
get
think you've got some competition.
Well, fine. And I'll get shit back. It's unbelievable. But I'll keep playing. I don't care. It's fine.
Not one. I don't think one person retweeted the mini golf yesterday from our accounts or anything. Classics.
No.
Right.
That hideous pop punk concert. I mean, I would rather fucking.
Oh my God! You see Billy football singing "Born to Run"? Just
Another issue I had with Kevin Clancy this weekend. He tweeted that out. He was like, "Hey, the pop punk thing sold out, and a bunch of Mets fans were at this game. Barstool is ruling America tonight." I was like, "That seems
a little strong,
a little much."
Well, good. Those are all nice guys, I'm sure. I mean, I love Kevin.
the Mets thing is obnoxious. How many fucking people in that office?
I can think of one specifically. Right. Hope gets pancreatic cancer tomorrow. I'll tell you this: Ryan Minahan's unlike. He's a nice guy, unlike me. And like he's not like built like I am. But he's like sometimes I think you're crazy. I think you're over the top. But he's like with that particular guy, he's like you weren't rough enough on him.
Right.
He's like I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, I can understand. There are certain things that have annoyed me.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit.
I haven't gone that far.
He's a piece of shit.
I haven't gone that far.
I'm glad his father died.
That's
I'm just saying we have to see this. That's all. I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely man, but I'm just saying he doesn't have to witness
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it for
So he could be spared. I see.
Correct.
That's very compassionate.
I will say it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Well,
If he wants to fight rough and rowdy, Justin will do it.
I don't think it's.
He'll lose the weight necessary to do it because his hate is that
There
strong.
you go. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
But yet you're saying yes to that.
I'd fight someone at Rough and Rowdy.
If you had to lose 150 pounds, you'd do it.
I think it would be more than that, probably.
You want
And the other person gains 100.
Okay, there. All right.
you want me to fight in 2024?
You could lose 150 pounds in you're waiting 6 weeks. I see this on that show all the
6
time.
weeks.
Six
What did you
weeks.
say yesterday?
One surgery, it's over.
You said something to somebody about like you're not going to be a fat old person, right? Is that what you said?
I think you say he's not going to be an old person.
I think he said, yeah, right. Yeah.
No. I'm losing weight now.
No, yeah, actually, Ryan mentioned that too, Justin.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah,
you.
summer.
By the way, I offered to buy Justin lunch. He turns me down. Then I'm having lunch. I see Justin go over there and get some. Why don't you just let me buy you lunch?
Because I needed to get needed to order. Listen, I'm a hot dog
I'm listening.
golf guy. I'm a hot dog. I sell hot dogs and soda and beer at golf things.
Sure.
I need to be the one to order it. I need to.
You could do that, and I could then pay for it. You could say that to me.
Who cares?
I care. I'm offering this
He wanted
for
to treat
Yes,
you.
and I turned it down. I said no, thank you.
It's kind of insulting. Then you go do it. Like you should.
They do it immediately after?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you waited.
We were having lunch. Ryan and I were having lunch across at the picnic and we saw you walk up and order it.
Why are you saying you have to order it? Out of pride, or what's the?
Well, Mike, what he's saying is like it's almost like when you go to a comedy club.
Sure.
Like this is his land. Like he sells hot dogs for a living. So he's going to go
he
watch
defines
somebody else sell hot dogs at the golf place.
So I can judge them.
Right.
Yeah.
But even at a comedy club, I can't imagine what I would do. Are you saying I wouldn't be able to let someone?
Mike, you don't need
order
to.
me
You don't need to think about it because he's lying. He just didn't want to accept something from his boss. So
Okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, what did you learn? Take any notes that you could use in the future or no?
I like the grilled bun.
The grilled bun is a must.
But see
Sure.
it took way too long.
I have not had a hot dog in like a year. I had hot dogs back-to-back days. The first day, Mike, first ever I had a red snapper.
Oh,
Really?
That I didn't even know it was going to be, which I did not like. I sent Steve a picture of it. I didn't like it as much as the traditional. A grilled bun had a little butter on it too the second day.
That's
is
very
a
nice.
good hot
That's a
dog.
nice touch.
You got to eat it fast though because it gets a little mushy.
Okay.
But fucking God, it was good. It was fucking great.
No
Sounds
chance.
like it.
No chance that stand is profitable though. They had like 8 people working.
The place is packed though during the day usually. You got to remember, like yesterday was weird because of the tournament. We went. Ryan and I played a lot the day before. The place was mobbed. And it's ice cream too. It's mobbed. Mobbed at night.
love ice cream.
Mobbed.
I like
you
that.
do.
How do they?
Justin's looking at it from a business
Bold
perspective.
take, Justin.
They have too many employees.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how much money did they make out of that?
Yesterday?
It's got to be a wash, pretty much, right?
Probably. Well, I think I would.
They lost,
if
like,
we
8
spoke to the
hours.
owner.
Yeah.
I bet you the owner was like, okay, they'll be out of here like 11:30.
Yeah.
That's what killed. We got in the car at 1:45.
Crazy.
I got there at 8:30. The practice. We were there for 5.5 hours almost. Madness.
Yeah.
That thing should have been. You know, the first one we were out because we did a show after we were out of there before that.
Yep. Yep.
That's like a historic show again. Back to a second before because that's when I first mentioned to that guy that Big Cat and the Idol thing.
Did I say
that's
that to you
right.
Yesterday, I said
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And he admitted that he was DMing Big Cat. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Shitty ideas. Yeah.
Which is fine. Whatever. Okay. Good luck. But that has to be. I'll give you 2 hours. That's an 11:30 out. Even at 12 out. 1:45.
Yeah.
That feels
By the time
like a
we were
long
done
day.
with this, we did 2 rounds, Mike. Then they pair everywhere for the final round and send them off in groups.
Right.
Ryan was like, "What are we gonna do?" I was like, "Might as well just order lunch." We ordered lunch, which took a while. Sat down and ate for a while, and like hung out. And there was still like another 45. It was like an hour in between rounds. That's where it kills you. They got to figure that out. It's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
That was a smelly day. There was a lot of fat people that smelled
We
really
were talking
bad.
about the smell yesterday.
There was a lot. Like, there was just so many people around in close quarters that just stunk. It just stunk.
Outdoors?
Yeah.
Like who?
Really?
I don't want to name names. Yeah.
Justin?
No, it wasn't this Justin. I wasn't. I
wasn't
wasn't.
on.
Okay.
You just
So
named
you
it?
named
Oh,
names.
fuck.
You're an idiot.
Wasn't this
I don't think he'll be able to crack that code.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Great guys. Don't ruin this relationship for me. I
Jesus.
enjoy this, Dave. Why fuck this up?
It was a hot day. I can imagine a lot of people would smell. It was just a smelly day. It's all.
Dave
Steaming
smelled
day.
great.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, he smelled great.
How much hair was in his car? Like just the fall, honestly.
It was like
Oh, you know, there was hair, there has been hair in his car, and he always blames the dogs.
Yeah, because it's falling.
That's true. That is
because it's falling out.
It's not true.
Oh,
It's just
interesting.
Like, I don't. We.
What? No, good.
No, I was just gonna try to get you to admit that you're just fucking with me because you know I care. But now
I saw it. I'm not fucking. I don't. It's not your fault. I'm
I
not
just don't.
blaming
Know,
you.
Nobody has ever said that before. I think I just had wet hair.
It was wet,
and
but it was
First guy that's been
I
honest. to
I
you.
recently got a haircut. It's thinner than normal on purpose.
It's thin. You have thin. You're how,
But
how
they
old?
use those
how old do
thinning
you say you
shears.
are?
They use
How
the
old do you
thinning
say you
shears.
are?
36. Like
This
they really went at
this
it with the
happens.
thinning.
This happens.
Would you tweet out a picture of the top of your head?
Yeah, let me take a picture.
No, not right now.
Well, why
no,
not?
let me.
Why not? No, do it. Do it right now.
No.
Do it right
Let me-
now.
let
Do it
me-
right now. No, do it right now. Do it right now. Put your head down. Just take a picture.
What are you even
No, but
afraid
this
of?
isn't fair because
Why?
I instructed them to
I don't
thin
get
it
to put
out
my
with
wig
thinning
on.
shears.
Take a picture.
Bullshit.
I apologize. I didn't know this would upset you.
Send it to me, Justin. Let me see if it qualifies for tweeting or not.
It's just.
It reminds me of Mutt's hair.
What does Justin think?
It's in no way is it like Mutt's hair. I've seen plenty of pictures of Mutt's hair. It is not even close.
Problem with Mutt's hair is like the reason it's so thin is that the police always take a piece of it after every arrest to make sure
Is
he didn't
that
kill
right?
somebody. Yeah. So
Is
he's-
that common practice?
no?
I've
But
never
with
heard of
him,
that.
it's just now he's down to like literally like 2 strands at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, no, there's a big news deal. This is everyone tells me he's a nice kid, but I was like Bill Simmons hired this guy from EEI to do a Boston podcast? I actually messaged him because Mutt was like, he's a great guy. So I was like, hey, congratulations. But I was like, what a weird, like, this guy's a drip, isn't he?
We literally shit all over him.
Yeah.
They just happened to come up, right?
Yeah, I saw he got the thing. I'm like, that's great for him. But I'm always happy, because radio business is so shitty. Everyone says Mutt's like he's a great guy, so I'm happy for him.
Right.
What is so I'm not even saying because nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. So Bill Simmons hired that guy Ryan Barrett. Brian Barrett. I'm sorry, Brian Barrett.
Yep.
To do a podcast, like because he has that guy.
He's been he's been all over the place.
He's like a weekend guy.
Fill
in during the week if somebody's on vacation or something.
I think so.
Okay, so good for him. That's great. But like, I don't get what that is. My friends in the on the Shark Tank say, what's the space there? Like he's going to do a Boston centric podcast for Bill.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, what is that? To me, that doesn't.
Well, I would also ask how much is he getting paid?
Probably not much, but I'm sure better than doing weekends at the EI.
Right.
So, but that's a good job, I would think.
Right.
Benefits.
But I'm just saying, from Bill Simmons' standpoint, is it that big a deal?
No. I'm just curious. Like to me, that's the one thing. Not counting like pardon my take or any of those things that are the one thing that podcasts have not been able to properly replicate yet is that instant sports talk something
or
just
talk radio in general.
Something just happened. Like right now, let's say the Red Sox. We're like, fuck it. We're firing Alex Cora right now.
Yep.
Like we suck. We're firing Heimblum and Alex Cora right now.
Yeah.
You go, like most people in Boston would go to 98.5 and EI right now still if that happened. Like most sports fans would do that. Whereas there's been they haven't figured that out yet. Where I haven't seen.
It's like physically impossible.
That's not true. We do. We go live on YouTube.
Oh, no, so that's totally different. Yeah, if you're going on YouTube.
But podcast really doing that.
For whatever reason.
It's just not.
YouTube is a pain in the ass to listen to in the car, and that hasn't been perfected somewhere. Where it's just like an audio version that you're not wasting all your data.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So they haven't figured out a way yet to do it where they say this is happening. I don't know what.
Well, that's because you're using YouTube's platform, so you're forced to listen to it the way they want you to, right?
So let's say that for argument, I don't know. The Mets, Kevin, right? So the Mets fired, or whatever. Something happens terrible to the Mets. And Kevin wanted to do an instant podcast.
They did it the other day. They did a trade deadline special the other day.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
So I'm saying, forget YouTube because Mike's right. Like it sucks. If you're in the car, if I'm running, like shit happens.
Right.
You can't go do something else, right?
Yep.
There's no way yet, there's no other form yet where I can be
there is. There definitely is. Yeah. I mean, Spotify could do that right now. They could stream live on their app.
And I can take calls.
Podcast live. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, but I'm not seeing that.
It's just nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're going to YouTube because YouTube is the big player.
Can I do that on Spotify? Or is it like Rogan can do it on Spotify?
No, I'm only saying that because The Ringer is associated with them now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, they are doing live. They want that. So they are doing more live. I don't think it's been successible. So
Mike did it when Cosby's thing was overturned. He was very excited.
Yes, freedom.
He was like Bobby Fischer on 9/11. He took calls. He was all excited.
But that is mind-boggling.
That's right. What's that?
There is an opportunity there. I still think. I think there was an opportunity for it 5 years ago.
But I think what they do now, like look, Simmons made $1 zillion, but I feel like Brian Barrett, and I wish him well, like whatever. But I feel like it's going to be like every Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to tell you what's going on in Boston sports. And it's kind of like, well, that's not going to work.
Right. Well,
you need, like, it'll work for a niche crowd, but like people want.
What if it was every day?
It's still dated.
Because
that's essentially what you're doing is essentially if it's every day at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's called the newspaper.
No, but like, why doesn't radio? I'm not gonna say invest, but like, what were the numbers on the Kirk and Callahan podcast feed? Like, there are people that can't listen live.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were good.
Sure, but they weren't great. Yeah, but it's not the same as immediate. You need like if a big trade happens. Like, look, if a big trade happens, I bet you a lot of people will listen to Simmons and Ryan Russell talk about the next day because they want to recap.
Yeah.
But there should also be a space for in the moment.
Yeah, but not everybody needs immediacy. So I think
a fan. Mike. So let's say the Yankees, whatever. Let's say they don't sign Aaron Judge in the offseason. He signs somewhere else.
Right.
If you're a Yankee fan, you're not going to be like, you know what? I'll wait till tomorrow to hear my favorite. You will, but you also want something in between that.
Right. Yep. I think the way people consume shit has changed so much that there's just not a clamoring. Like, I think it would work if someone did it right. But if that happened, if the Yankees said we're not trying to, then you see it all over Twitter. People are making reaction videos to it. And posting
but if you're driving around, though, probably for an hour, you might want that.
Right. I would agree. But yeah,
I just feel like that's a space that can be filled. And that when I see that, I'm like, it's interesting to me that Simmons you got a guy from New York. Jack Jastrzemski, right? Is
yes.
That his name?
Yeah, John Jastrzemski. Yeah. He's an Odyssey guy, too.
Yeah.
He's
another drip, right? Yeah. But like a nice guy. And they get Barrett, so maybe they're going to pluck somebody from Chicago. I know a female talk show host there who's looking for work.
Yes. Thank
I'm
God.
just saying
Vince Scully saved her kids.
She might get right. So I mean, if you get something from each city, I find that's actually an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But it's not.
That's what the Big Show Unfiltered wanted to do, right? Basically.
Yeah, right. And it's kind of like that's just not going to be enough. And by the way, you're plucking like the 14th best I don't know.
No, but why hasn't there been somebody in Boston who recorded a show at 4:00 in the morning so they can analyze the nights before, and then the podcast was up at 5:30 or 6 a.m. Nobody owns the localized market podcasting space,
Which is
somebody should have.
Which is weirdly what I wanted to do at radio.com. We talked about this.
Yep.
At radio.com was I would be on, and then we would have. Like Mike would be on for you know what I mean, like all day, and then so if stuff happened.
Yep.
We could. That hasn't been done anywhere.
Right. That's the perfect.
I don't really
kind of platform.
I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's why I asked, like, on Spotify, could someone like me, just anyone with a podcast, say like, "Hey, I'm going live at these hours," because I would want. That's something I would want to do.
Right. I remember having lunch with those guys with Mike, the shithead. The guy who's had a lot of secretaries. He was with the Padres.
I know
Mike D.
Yeah, he's just like super demanding with secretaries. Mike D. and
I know you're thinking the Dolphins guy.
Tim Murphy. Yes. So I'm having lunch with them that day, and this is when I knew it was over. And and I laid it out. Tim Murphy was supportive of the idea, a snake, but still. And I was like, I want to do this and this. And Mike D's like, yeah. He's like, it'd be great for you is like Channing Crowder, the old Dolphins player. He's like, he can come on in the middle of the day and just talk about his playing experience. I was like, well, we're fucking done here. Forget it.
I think that would have been interesting.
So I think maybe that's the answer is why these things don't get done, Mike. Is like guys like that are still in position, you know what I mean, of like power.
Well, yeah, but sure, it hasn't gotten done in radio, but like when Barstool Radio left Sirius, I remember
Barstool Radio is a good example.
Hank kept tweeting like, "Oh, we're just going to do it on Twitch or YouTube or something." I don't know why they never did that. I know the Yak does it, but I don't know why they didn't do it as a whole.
Yeah, maybe the pandemic, like, I don't know. Maybe they moved on to other things. They kind of prioritize.
It seems like the pandemic would have been the
help
time
probably
for it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like
I tried to do it for news. I tried to,
and you did it very well. I mean, I still think about that station all the time. A lot of my friends.
No, I tried to launch like Boston's version of the Daily. Not me personally. I like worked with
who? What talent did you have doing
Kim.
it? Oh, it didn't take
after
off?
radio. No, but we just tried to build it and then sell it to people because we knew we
Well,
weren't
the
gonna
Daily's
market
different though because it's like not. It's time sensitive, but it's also not.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I can listen to the Daily at 6 o'clock, or I can
Yes.
listen to the Daily. Will probably talk about.
But don't you think like that's easy to produce? If you produce it at 4 a.m. and it's out at 5, people might say, "Oh, fuck WBZ now."
You can also do. You can also do 2 or 3 of them with 2 or 3 different people.
Correct.
You could do it at noon with somebody else and at 4 o'clock with somebody else.
This is correct.
I'm full of ideas.
Yeah.
Nobody ever asks me anything. I'm full of ideas. I won't do them. I'm full of ideas. How about Mike at 12 o'clock talking about what's going on in
you could do that.
Yugoslavia?
Oh, that'd be fun.
You could host the Boston Sports Podcast for Barstool Sports if you wanted. You
I would
could
love that.
The Ringer's not launching till the end of the month. You could beat him
I
to
would
the
love
punch.
to be on with Brian Barrett on his as a guest to talk about what's going on there.
I mean, Jerry Thornton and the Patriots one didn't exactly take off. So,
Hey, my good friend produced that. It was a part of that. The guy who did the Wilbur.
Fasoli?
Yes.
Oh, right. He did do that.
criticize him.
Yeah.
I like
He's the
Jerry.
Boston guy. Yep.
Jerry's a good guy.
When-
We're at Mike.
We were talking about that Brian Barrett thing beforehand, and Dave was explaining, like Bill Simmons put out some tweet, like, at the moment I heard him talking about this subject, that's
bullshit.
and it was about it was a debate like Gronk versus Edelman or something, and they just didn't they misunderstood the phrasing. Dave was like, "This is a dumb fucking thing," because he was talking about the second set of Super Bowls, and Dave thought he meant the Patriots' second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
and I was like, "No, I think it's the second set of 3," and Dave goes, "Fuck, that is a good topic."
Great topic. But I mean, is that what he's going to do? Like bad like weekend
The
talk?
article, I don't know much about him. The article said he's like a big data guy, right? So he like gets those quirky stats, not like
Which is fine, but like if that's what you're going to do, that's a super limited market.
Yeah.
Like I do think the idea of trying to build, like why wouldn't Simmons, Spotify got what? He gave 200 million?
something along those
Was it
lines.
that much?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
why
crazy.
not build out like full networks? Like here's my Boston network, 6A to 6P.
I mean, I've said that about.
I mean, it's just
Barstool.
expensive.
Right.
It's
It's not
just,
that expensive. Brian Barrett?
I mean, you got to have at least like what, 10 talent minimum?
They have 200 million. They just got 200.
Yeah.
Like, so you
But they're
get-
also, just to your point, nobody is using either their own platform. They're all using YouTube. So YouTube is the most effective platform
Right.
for that live reaction right now, which is which sucks because
It's not perfect.
It's
But
not.
if you say, okay, but if you say, hey, we're going, right, okay, but if you figure something out, we're going live, 6 a.m. or whatever.
Well, it's not a challenge to figure out. Barstool could do that tomorrow.
Right,
They have
7
their own
a.m.
streaming service.
to 5. And in the afternoons, you get one name. Simmons plucks one name from each market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if it's Francesa for 2 hours a day in New York, like whatever, who cares?
Well, I
Like,
mean, Barstool could literally do Boston, Philly, New York, and Chicago right now.
right now.
Easy.
I know it's hard. Like I guess, but like, what would their Boston station be? Like
I said easily, but I guess I don't know.
So like, who's it's hard. That part is hard.
No, but you would be a contributor to it. I mean, obviously, with your Tom Brady takes with Jerry, you still got a lot more to say. Obviously.
Do I ever? Do I ever?
Yeah. I mean, Feidelberg. You got Feidelberg. You got.
Yeah, but these guys have other things to do. Like you got a big. That's gonna be their.
Sure, but the question,
show every day.
the question. I mean, Boston sports radio is so big. Is that a market you can tap into?
Well, I always say this. I'm looking at these other stations. I'm like looking at the ratings of 98.5. Even the EI ratings, which are terrible, are still way better than 90% of stations are taking. I'm like, why isn't there a third station? What a sports station doing a 20 share in the city?
Yep.
Right.
Why wouldn't you hire like Brian Barrett, Greg Dickerson, whoever? Like a bunch of guys don't need that much, and just be like, okay, we'll sell. Have old people listen and get a 2 share, 3 share.
Yeah.
Why not?
Actually, I think
because
there-
I was going to say because
there
the
isn't
second
actually-
place is only doing a 3.
No,
There
maybe-
is a nobody network. I think.
is that right?
Yeah, not to disrespect them, but I don't think that maybe they make more money than I think. But that
They have
company,
like full-time sports talk right now.
not full time, but like that what's that company that Jerry was talking to originally too? CLNS or something. They're big
Oh.
Celtics.
Oh,
but they have a lot of shows and
They're
they
not on
stream
the air though. I'm saying they're on the
Okay, yeah,
physical
you just-
radio. Right?
I just mean like they're the closest thing to like a
that's
localized
not a real
market.
thing.
Yeah.
well, maybe I'll do it. Put that on the list, Dave. Let's do that.
Do it. I just don't know. Like, why wouldn't Felger? I mean, could he make more money if he owned his own?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, he doesn't want. It doesn't probably
like
want
$1 million
to do
a
the work.
year.
He doesn't want to do the work. Like, would you
Yeah.
at this point? I wouldn't want to if I'm him. He's also not like a creative guy. Like the conversation we just had, he wouldn't have. He
Yeah,
doesn't
but
care.
just generally, if he left right now, being as dominant as he is,
yeah.
and
Where would he go?
he
Go
wants to
Simmons or
launch.
something,
He
you're
wants to
saying?
launch his own localized Boston sports podcast.
That would suck.
Would he make more money?
No. Maybe initially, but after 2, nobody would listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the other reason.
His audience doesn't listen to podcasts. They're still listening to radio.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the other reason it hasn't happened is because like Francesa's podcast. Like who's listening to that? Like a radio guy doesn't even necessarily translate.
Mike taking a shot at me here,
podcast.
Dave. You know
No,
that?
I'm the
hearing
opposite.
it. I don't like it.
When,
Justin,
when I
did
was
you hear that or
when
no?
I was listening
did.
to you
I was
on the
talking
radio,
to
I
you.
would have thought of you more as a guy that should be doing
Too late, Mike.
podcasts.
We won't forget that. Did you note that, Dave? I did. Did you send me the picture, Justin, more importantly?
I tweeted it out.
Oh God.
Did I ask you to send me the picture first or no?
No, I thought
Did I not, Mike?
You did.
Well, maybe I had
He may- yeah, I
I
don't think
probably
he
had
might
my
not have his
headphones
headphones
off.
on.
I
Yeah,
probably had
it's
my headphones
possible.
off.
Shit, there's no
How
excuses.
could I hear if?
Excuses are like assholes. Mike has put his dick in every single one.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Let me see here.
Really ramping it up.
Is that from the show account? Or
Yes.
is it from your personal account trying to build your brand, Justin?
Nope, it's from the
Mike
show
accused
account.
you of.
Yeah, you see, you
very
throw me
much
under the bus,
trying
but you
to-
see how quickly it shifts.
That's pretty thin, Dave.
Is it?
I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
Everyone's saying it's not great.
It's the haircut though. Like this is just an unfair conversation.
Well,
It's
people are
not-
saying you're doing like.
Yeah,
the
give me the
come over
Larry
to try to-
David.
Wait, that's not comparable to fucking mutt.
I'm
Are
seeing
you kidding
he's
me?
got the comb over phase. Shave
Comb
at this
over.
point.
That's- What?
Comb over.
What are they talking about?
Somebody says that Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks like his hairpiece is made of dog fur, someone said.
I mean, let's be honest. 90% of the fucking followers of that are fat and grotesque.
Not relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, what? So what? What does that have to do with
I
anything?
mean, they're judging
very
me.
fat
And we're
phobic,
talking
Dave.
9.5 here.
That picture's not as thinning as yesterday's.
Yeah, because yesterday
He's grown out a
it
little
was raining and I got my haircut cut in a certain way because obviously I knew a heat wave was coming, so I wanted him to thin it out a little bit more.
Huh? Yeah. Are you a grown man? Just get your fucking head shaved. Get your hair cut.
I
Sit
care
down.
about how I look. I care about appearance. Got to keep it up.
Why don't you exercise then?
I know I need to fucking. I'll do that.
Is that a normal? I've never heard of a man preparing for the heat with his hair.
That
I just made it up,
conversation.
but, yeah.
When I go to
Oh,
when I
okay.
go to the barber, I tell one joke. We sit there. He talks about whatever. I say, yeah, and then that's it. We have no I don't have any game plan. Shave my head.
Right.
Game plan.
Well, I mean, your hair is a little bit different than mine. Mine is like most. If you have hair like mine, you want to maintain it. That's why you brought it up with me.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't have great hair. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Correct.
Just
Yes,
embrace
you're
it.
over it. Like you can't even have this conversation.
Just embrace
anymore.
it.
Like, you don't know how to.
Well, if I grew
maintain
my hair, it would be longer.
You're
than
out of the
yours.
game.
Oh, if
Yeah,
I grew
you're
my hair,
gone.
if I grew my hair, it'd be much more flowing than yours. Much more flowing. Much more flowing.
Yeah, competition.
I'm going for a classy look. I'm not. I'm just. I gotta. Yeah.
I
Whatever.
can see your bald
bald
spot from here. You have
can't.
a slight
That's
bald
a-
spot up
that's
top.
that's a mark. No. Oh, that's different.
You have a little bit of a
not true.
like a pool ball thing going there, almost like it's not good. It's like the size of a pool ball, I'd say. Bald spot.
Right.
Yeah, you look like Kevin O'Leary.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
He's a handsome
Compliment.
I think
Yes.
Kevin O'Leary. He might have had long hair before he went bald.
He did. I've seen
pictures with him.
the amount of research I've done on this show is could stun a team of oxen its tracks. The amount of work I've done on I was watching one the other day, and Barbara started telling a story, and I was like, I already know the story she's going to tell.
Ah.
And I knew the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was an
different
episode you hadn't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that from time to
Why
time.
wouldn't they release because they say it sometimes some of these pitches are like an hour and a half.
Right, and they have to condense it
Why
down.
not release that on YouTube or something? Wouldn't you love to watch that?
I would definitely love to watch
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
How many more great ideas do I have? Content fucking master.
Right.
Jesus.
What sparked this, by the way?
Sparked what?
Your interest in Shark Tank.
Harry, we were
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you should watch this, Dad. I had never seen it.
You got
I'd
hooked.
seen a minute or two of it. I don't feel like I'm the last one to it. I mean, it's certainly a pretty new show. It's only,
Right.
it's only
yes.
the 13th season. Like, what do you
Yeah.
what do you want me to say?
By the way, not to pile on Cullen in here, I saw Cuban on some random YouTube crypto show yesterday.
Of
So
course you did.
I'm sure he's open to doing podcasts. He's
Yeah.
promoting the new season.
Yeah, they're all promoting the new season, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many are you gonna get on? How many sharks are you gonna get on this show before the season starts?
I mean, I'm gonna get at least 3 on
Before the
but-
season starts.
When's the season start?
Well, I would assume the end of September,
September-ish.
probably.
Oh shit.
Maybe October.
Okay, probably one by that. But even Kevin O'Leary's kind of gone cold on me, which I don't like.
Oh boy.
And Babs hasn't even got back to me yet. So
Okay, you guaranteed
Yeah.
that. Robert,
Robert has not gotten back to me either.
married
so,
to a younger second wife, Dancing with the Stars
correct.
dancer.
probably
One
very
with
busy.
Heinz Ward, I
which
believe.
makes total sense. Like you're dancing with these hot chicks. Like it's very sexual. How could you not?
I think
try
Bart
to
was
go
on
in
that
for the
show
kill?
too, if I'm not
Was she?
mistaken. I believe
could
she
you not
was.
How could you not like want to have sexual relations with a really like
know
if
if
you're
that's
two
what
really
happened, Dave.
attractive people?
Yeah.
They just fell in love, Dave.
No, but
Who
they're,
knows?
they're ballroom dancing up a storm. I got to watch some ballroom dancing.
How could you
this
dance with a
weekend,
woman and not
actually.
want to
Oh, yeah,
come?
well, we'll talk about the wedding in a second. First, game time. The ticketing app makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest prices. Last-minute tickets for Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, Braves, Cubs, under $15, all in on Game Time. You name your team. Game Time has a hookup on deals for you to get to our ballpark. Best part, you get $20 off your first purchase. Even better, download the Game Time app, go to the account tab to create a login, and redeem code Minahan, MINIHANE. For $20 off your first purchase, terms apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Our great partners at Game Time. We thank them for joining us this week. How was the wedding, Dave?
It was great. It was
Yeah?
great. Emotional weekend, but it was good.
Yeah, it was no issues, no family drama.
I
Smooth.
don't believe there's any issues. Probably Chase with the worst performance of the weekend. Wouldn't go down the aisle, of course, but he's a child.
My brother
seems
told
like
me.
kind of a
My brother
brat,
told me
huh?
you were criticizing your kid to like other people during the tournament. He heard you saying.
Heinous.
I was criticizing my kid.
Like, Brian was
to
like,
restrain
Brian was
Oh,
like,
I said that's why we basically came home because the kids were just, it's a fucking shit show at a hotel for the first time. It was just
"Oh,
mad.
never stayed at the hotel before?
With them, I haven't, no.
Oh no,
No.
Was that bad?
Yeah, they were just nonstop. I mean, it was stressful.
You feel like it's their fault they're acting that way?
No, I think unfortunately it's learned behavior, but I do my best. It's all I can do.
How was Kathy at the event?
Kathy, they're so boring. I feel bad. She had a hotel. She should have had a good time.
That's
but,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly, Mike. Yeah. What was the wedding song?
I don't remember what their first dance song was.
Hey, how's the DJ?
DJ was unbelievable.
Oh, good.
Unbelievable.
What kind of music were we
best DJ I've seen. Like pop and like
Some older stuff or
like
no?
dance a little bit. Like they played some older stuff, but made it sound current and modern. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
How'd they do that exactly?
Well, they're DJs and stuff. Like they can mix stuff together, so you can play. While you can
so you're
play.
doing some real work.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Have you ever heard a DJ before? This
Sure,
is
but I'm
like
saying,
common
like, give me an
practice.
example. I'm saying I was just curious.
Let's give me like an oldie song you like. I don't know.
What oldies like when? What are we talking?
I don't know. Give me like late '60s or something like
Late
that.
'60s.
Like maybe even like "Be My Little Baby" or something came
Okay,
on, and
yeah,
it was to the beat of something that sounded way more modern.
Oh, wow.
I like that. I like that a
played,
lot.
played into
I'm
like
in.
everybody.
It's like my guy
Everybody got
Avicii.
a taste.
Then you're saying.
Yes, Vici. God rest his soul.
Right. Kate's favorite DJ. I don't know who the gentleman is. I know he expired.
Yeah, he's no longer with
sad.
us.
Yep. What's that, Justin?
Very sad.
Oh, were you sad when he died?
Yes.
Where was he on the list?
R.I.P. Probably in the 80s.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I mean, he's no Skrillex, but
Certainly not.
Sure, yeah.
Certainly not. How was the concert, by the way, Justin? We didn't even catch up on that.
oh, it was good.
Oh, right.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was I didn't really go ham because I didn't want to tire myself.
It's hard
out.
as a motherfucker for you older
I
folks.
understand. Sure. Yes.
But no, it was great. They put on a great show.
Oh, good. As always. All right. They do that slow song?
They did. And
How was you want me your buddy?
I did.
Okay, good.
He kind of stays out of it though.
No, I understand. What else is going on? Dude? Any other wedding notes? No.
I don't think so. It was just
Left
just a stressful weekend.
It
that's
was
all.
barely even there.
But it was good.
Yeah, left early. That's
Oh, a lot of people question, and I couldn't defend you on this.
me or Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Why a Wednesday departure?
We had the rehearsal dinner. We did a couple things for my mother-in-law, who because it was the first time the family was all together.
Sure. So
for
it was like
that
a
wedding.
ceremony
so
or
we
something?
had ceremonial type
Nice.
stuff
That's
like
nice.
that.
That's very
Yeah.
nice.
So it was big. It wasn't just necessarily the wedding. We added on days for that we knew about.
This was in Vermont or Rhode Island?
Mystic, Connecticut.
Mr. Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was the gay crowd there?
The
make
gay
it
couple
out of
that got
Vermont?
married, who the wedding that was for, were there.
Were they doing Molly or no?
I didn't see any Molly, but fuck, they can dance. Like holy
What do you
shit.
mean they?
So they probably were.
Like the
The
gays.
community or the two of them?
The gays that were there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Seems like quite a judgment on the whole community, but it's a compliment, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, clear the floor. We've got the gays coming out to dazzle you.
Were you dancing, Dave?
It was incredible. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you drunk or no?
No.
No. Okay.
And my daughter was like just killing it.
Shit-faced.
Yeah, which is
Skips a generation.
killing it.
Wow. Oh, good. All right.
One person had to leave and I think they had to get their stomach pumped. They got the ambulance came.
What is that, fucking kegger?
That's wild. That's how bad. Like the husband and wife both blackout drunk. The wife fell in the bushes, so they picked her up and called an
is this?
ambulance.
Good Lord.
What was
they
Big
got
Jack?
wild.
What was Big Jack doing when Kathy fell in the bushes?
They were at the hotel at that point.
Okay. Were they at the wedding or no?
They twice. Well, actually, yeah. So Chase walked down the aisle, and they
Nice.
were there.
How do you go walking down the aisle?
He ran the wrong way.
That's okay. That's okay. People like.
But then he got there, and I ran him to Kathy. They
Right.
went back to the hotel. They went and waited for us in the reception.
Are you at the point yet where you're wearing like those, like Jim Murray wears those caps to cover your head, the baldness? Or
Scally
you,
cap?
Yeah.
No, I don't even wear a hat because I just don't think I look good in a traditional hat.
You might want to.
And I know where my money is made, which is the top of my head.
You might
want
wanna
to
start.
flawless.
That's where your
at
money's
this
made.
moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what that teacher said. That's all she saw.
Yeah, the desks with a perfect angle.
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm comfortable with jokes because I know you mean well. Of
course,
other
no,
people
of
in the way they
I
come
understand.
off. Yeah.
Think of
yeah.
it.
So Chase, but that's people like that when kids can run the wrong way. It's kind of
Oh yeah. It's cute.
Yeah, you don't have a kid in your wedding if you're not expecting a little.
yeah. If you're expecting a Swiss watch with that, then it's just not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Well, what else is going on?
But it was good.
Good.
Did you see this like Mike Tyson freaking out at Hulu? So they're doing a unauthorized Mike Tyson movie, and he's going fucking nuts about it.
The audacity to make a movie about this man. Mike knows.
Well, he's doing
innocent
one too,
man.
though. He's doing one too, like with Jamie Foxx, I think. So
Yes.
he's working on one. But then Hulu, can you just do that? You can just make it unauthorized. I guess Lifetime does
Jamie
that.
Foxx is playing Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, I don't know.
Wait, Tyson's against this? Because he was
No, no, no,
promoting
no,
it a
no,
while.
no. So,
oh, okay.
no, no, no. So Mike Tyson is pissed at Hulu for creating an unauthorized Mike
I
Tyson
got you.
series,
Right.
right? And then he is currently working on a movie with Jamie Foxx about
Right.
his life.
Oh,
So I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
that's
just
been in the
hit
works
me.
for a while. I remember Jamie Foxx talking about it.
that feels like something Jamie Foxx should have done like 20 years ago.
I think when he was promoting Django, he was talking about it.
I remember
literally.
that. Yeah.
But Tyson's
I remember
trying to
even like
claim.
Ray. I thought he was talking about. We're talking like I mean, he's an old man now.
Right.
Tyson's basically saying that all these people that like are a part of the unauthorized version thought he was going to be a part of it.
But Tyson was to be a part of it.
Like he was attached to the project in some way.
I'll be honest. I would rather watch the unauthorized
Unauthorized?
one than watch Jamie Foxx do some
Yeah.
sugar-coated version of Mike Tyson.
Yeah, yeah.
Scorsese's executive directing that one.
The Jamie
Executive
Foxx one?
producing it?
Yes.
You mean?
Holy shit.
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx one.
So
Look at
what?
that.
I mean, is it going to be like whatever? Who cares?
It changes things.
How much of a role? Like that's just like for naming.
That's
Right.
he must.
What is he doing?
He was attached to it at some point, and then like he put his name on it to get.
Why would you
released or
want
something.
Scorsese to executive produce something? Because he's just going to be insanely critical of how it's
No, he's
directed.
not. He's going to put. He had nothing to do with it. He just put his name on it.
Just
They paid
doesn't
him.
care,
He was at
just-
some point.
yeah.
He was attached to it. I bet in a different way.
I think he had something to do with a Boardwalk Empire early on. I know he directed.
That's what I mean. I think he directed the pilot.
Yeah.
But do you think like season 3, he was like hanging around the set?
Maybe not.
They often have like Michael Mann will direct a pilot, or these big directors will direct a pilot to get it off, and then they just kind of go away.
You know what's
Which
bugged me
makes
about
sense.
Scorsese's in production stuff? I don't know if it's still the case, but for like 10 years it said Sinatra movie was in production.
With
And it just
Hanks.
never happened.
It's gonna be Hanks. Was
really?
gonna play Dean Martin. for years with a Scorsese movie. Yeah, but
there were a bunch of.
but you know
I
how those
saw
are. Like
Leo tied to it at one point.
Yeah.
Pacino, I think, at one point.
But that's been floating for like 30 years.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, maybe one day you'll see him produce some HBO movie or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's
It seems like the
usually
perfect thing for him.
You think at this point you want him to do that? It's like 80 years old?
I'd enjoy it.
Guess. I mean, what's left to say though? It's like I'm actually surprised they haven't done with with Elvis and Elton John, and they haven't done one of those yet.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think his would be a lot better than I haven't
for sure.
seen the Elvis one.
But you're gonna get some shit one that'll come out in a few years or something.
Yeah,
I would think.
that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Well, what can you do? What else, Dave?
Did you see this Jalen Rose wanting to cancel the Mount
Yes!
Rushmore sports talk?
Yeah, congratulations. You win woke guy of the day.
I guess he tweeted that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. Yeah.
So he wants it. Does he want to? Years ago, when cancel culture really started, I said on the air, they're going to get rid of Washington State. Do you remember this, Mike?
Yep.
All these things. And even then, Jerry was like, "You're ridiculous." I was like, "Nope." I'm telling you, this is going to happen in my lifetime. It's going to happen. They're going to change the name of the Washington Monument, the state of Washington, every town named Washington, which, by the way, is about 50 zillion of them.
Yeah.
I live on Washington Street.
Gone. So don't.
Why would you say that?
I don't give. I think it's public. I don't give a fuck.
What's wrong with you?
Send me gifts. Send me gifts. I don't care.
You can't delete it now.
Whatever.
Number?
Nope. Won't do it.
Yeah,
That was
good,
probably public.
good.
Whatever.
Yes. So anyway, idiot. Jesus. At least it's not on YouTube or anything. So
There's your. That's the purpose of live, like you're talking about with sports radio, right there.
you got it, Dave.
Yeah.
You got
Right.
it.
Give
It's
out
all
your
gonna. It's all
We
gonna.
get everyone's address if they went live.
It's all gonna be gone. I think to the credit when they do that, that will certainly remove all the history and all the horrible things
Right.
and all the great things that George Washington did too. And I think if you look at the history of America, people may disagree, good and bad. I do think George Washington played a minor role in the history of this country. I'll
Right.
just say it.
Certainly.
I'm not afraid to say it.
I would
I think
say
George
so.
Washington played. And by the way, it was a great book I read years ago. I forget the name of it now. I apologize. Where George Washington and Martha Washington, the slave, escaped. And they spent years trying to capture her again. Like these awful things. But as I always say, like you want to tell the history of the country.
But as far as slave owners go,
Never caught.
Yes, it's excellent. Very good book. I actually lent that book years. How long ago it was to Trenny, who never returned it to me.
oh my God.
What do you think of that?
Deplorable.
So, good, like, great. Let's remove George Washington from the history of America. That's a fucking great, that's a bang up idea, Jalen Rose.
On
Great
the list of
idea.
slave owners, was he one of the worst?
It's like Mel
You
Gibson
know,
and the
or was he
Patriot.
one of the better
And Mel Gibson and the Patriot, where the slaves like, no, we want to stay around because we really like you, which actually happened in that movie.
Right.
They were probably worse, but he owned them, and that's bad. But again, I don't know how you he is. I don't know. Is he the most important person in the history of this country?
I mean, I'm sure you could argue
Lincoln?
Lincoln, some of the other founding fathers.
Barstool Eddie?
That's a good one.
Okay, those are here's my Mount Rushmore most important people in American history.
Okay.
Washington, Lincoln,
Okay.
Barstool Eddie,
Sure.
Brian Barrett.
That's a good big four.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Good luck beating that.
It's a handsome Mount
Tweet
Rushmore.
that out, please.
What did people bitch about like 15 years ago when the world was normal? Probably 25 years ago.
Pre social media, pre-internet.
Pre-social media.
Like
what do they
1994?
bitch about for no reason?
Yeah, because politics didn't, when I was a kid, and maybe just because I was a kid, politics was not in everything.
Well,
You didn't consume everything
right,
where you're
but
like, fuck Jalen Rose, the NBA's woke.
Well, maybe politics, but
You
not
know?
fucking, not
But-
statues.
But I just think there was no vehicle for it. I think people want it would have put it this way. People weren't different at that time. It's just it wasn't available.
Right.
Like think of how big it would have been on Twitter if Dan Quayle had done that thing about Murphy Brown.
Right.
You know that story or no?
I don't think. Oh, I feel like I've listened to Carson talk about it, but I can't.
Right.
I don't really know what it
Why'd you
is.
say right then?
It sounded familiar.
never fucking ends.
Yes.
No, but so Murphy Brown, the sitcom.
Yeah.
So she got pregnant on the show.
Right.
She was a single mom, and Dan Quayle, as vice president, was like, "We can't have these values in our life."
Okay.
Like this single woman, a working woman, and like think of how the left would have gone nuts at that point. The right would it would have been a crazy Twitter story.
But was it in the way?
Yeah, it was.
Like I'm saying,
Well, here's the difference. Like, so the equivalent of that, Mike, was like it was on the cover of Time magazine,
Right.
Like it was on talk radio, and cable was a
Right.
little bit around. Like they're going
But I
Larry
guess-
King
I
and
guess
talking,
what I'm
but
saying
it
is-
didn't consume your whole day.
I guess what I'm saying is like when you said that, I remember hearing Carson make some joke about it.
Right, yeah,
And
yeah.
it wasn't. I assume it wasn't the next day. Can you believe what Johnny said
Well, that's
about
almost
this?
right. That's almost the way you knew it was a big story because Carson would lead his monologue with it. So it would be
Right.
on. It would be in Time magazine. And like, It'll be on the Today Show the next day.
That's
You'd have
different,
people-
though. That's
completely
That's
different.
reacting
yeah.
to what somebody's saying.
But my
and-
point is, if there was Twitter, then it's not like people then they were built differently, but they would have gone on Twitter and fought about it.
No,
Like,
my
you
point
think
is,
if
like-
there was like the Vietnam War, there was Twitter.
Well, the fighting, I think, is where we're saying it's different. Like you're
the
saying,
volume
you're
is-
saying it made a headline. I'm saying it like now it would split apart families.
there's much
where
Well, I'm
people
saying
won't
because-
speak to each other.
because there's way more outlets for it.
Right.
Like there's just social media.
I'm saying the subject matter. I'm saying like 25 years ago, a lot of people, it was probably more common where people would all meet up at the diner on Sunday morning or whatever and be talking about things. Nobody ever was like, hey, why does our town have Washington as a street still? No one would ever fucking say that.
But I think it's also, I think there is something to be said that, I don't do this a lot, but we are 4 white guys talking about this, right? Like we don't know. Like
sure.
like Jalen Rose does have a different. Like I'm open to having that
no, I'm
conversation.
asking the question. Absolutely, we're open to it. But
And
I don't think
I
it
do
occurred.
think a lot of good. It was tragic what happened. I do think a lot of good came out of the George Floyd thing, where people have conversations like this. But yeah, I don't think that was the case back then. That's probably true. But also, there's just so many more outlets now. Like Jalen Rose wouldn't have had that career 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It's so I mean, like Jalen Rose wants Mount Rushmore like taken down.
He wants like you to stop saying
Like
this
part of
is
my
the
take
Mount Rushmore.
fucked. They can't do their Mount Rushmore talk that you just did type of.
so I
Top
can't say-
four.
Stop
they'll
making
call it.
jokes about it.
How about the
They're-
film Rushmore,
That's done.
which I like? No, okay. So what does he want us to call it?
Just top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just got to do
4
our top
best.
list. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Doesn't
That's
have
tough
the
for
same ring.
that's tough for those morning zoo shows too. Remember they did Candy and all that stuff.
Certainly, yeah. Bobby Bones, I believe that was.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Jalen. I don't know. But look, I mean, these are not great guys. I mean, Washington was a flawed guy,
Right.
but he chopped down a tree, right?
Cherry tree.
Yeah, well, good for him.
There's also a point where like Mount Rushmore is different because it's literally just their faces.
Easy, Mike. Yeah.
But like with the
Jesus,
with
this
the-
guy's controversial.
You
say
didn't
this
know-
on. You say
you
this
didn't know what
on.
I'm
You
gonna
say
say.
that. You said Mount Rushmore.
I'm not giving out my hand. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the slur.
It's the kind of stuff you say over at Patreon.com. You blindmike.net.
We say a lot of crazy things. Go to
guys
blindmike.net.
Just to get rid of Richie Rich in this scenario, like there's a safe inside Mount Rushmore in that movie, isn't there?
I'm not familiar with the motion picture.
Oh,
You didn't see
I didn't
Richie
know that.
Rich? It's
No.
an all-time
Is that the
great.
John Larroquette? Is he in that film or no?
Is he kind of like the chubby face guy?
I don't know. I was an adult when that film came out. As were you, by the way.
Richie Rich was...
Came out like 90. Is that Macaulay Culkin?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like 94, 93?
Yes. Yep. Great
94.
movie. Great
94?
movie. Yeah, but Mount Rushmore had a presence on that, I believe.
Well, it's a lot of, it's been depicted in a lot of motion pictures, so I don't know.
National Treasure 2, I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's not good for Steve. That's one of his favorite films, I think, right?
Yeah.
God, Mike, what were we going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna, as far like as we were talking about the Washington State or Washington D.C. whatever. It's like, isn't it at a certain point something's just a name? Where
course,
with
I mean-
most things that are, if you told me like, oh, this street that we're on is named after some horrible monster, I would have no idea. It's just the name of the street.
Right. I mean, like, do I think, like, if something's named after whatever, somebody who we later learned, like Jerry Sandusky, I mean, I think I can understand why you would do that.
Right.
That ain't it. With all due respect, my friend John Ziegler, I do understand why you would do stuff like that. But
Sure. But also Jerry Sandusky's like still alive. You know, so you're honoring a man who's sitting in a prison
Right.
as opposed to someone who's been dead for 200
Well,
years.
there's a man that's gone after you pretty aggressively that we don't all agree with, but he has also done some charitable things for other people. So there's a chance that, like, in a certain subset of a community, they would honor him, whereas
Sure.
you would walk by that community. And
Well,
be
I
like,
would try and
what
take
the
that
fuck?
down
He
for
felt,
sure.
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can see the argument. I just don't believe people complained about it 30 years ago. In the diner.
I just
or
don't
whatever.
know. I just don't think it ever crossed their minds.
Yeah.
I don't think it was it just didn't exist. But I do think that social media obviously is sort of gave that life. I think.
But he's just like sitting around saying, okay, what can I post today that's going to have an impact,
Sure.
on Twitter? And he just came up with Mount Rushmore out of the blue.
And he just doesn't want us to say it. Okay.
I shouldn't have said
That's probably the big thing social media has done is like reminded everyone of every minute detail. Whereas in your regular life, you wouldn't think, oh, well, Mount Rushmore, but they were also slave owners. We need to take. Whereas now people are just pointing out things all day, every day.
Of course, keep in mind if Jalen Rose was 5'8", nobody would care what he has to say.
Right.
You forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a wonderful player and everything. But
Yeah.
He had 81 points dropped on him.
by Kobe Bryant,
That's right.
yes, but he was a fine
straight.
He was a fine basketball player.
What was the Michigan? What was the term? Fab Four?
Yes.
Part of Fab Four?
Fab
Oh, that's
Fab
what you could
Five.
change.
Fab Four.
Let's change Mount Rushmore to Fab Four
Oh,
in honor of Jalen Rose.
Did you say that or no?
No, I'm saying it.
Oh, I'm saying that's a good idea for the
Yeah.
segment.
good idea.
Yeah.
Huh. Not a bad idea. What else?
The only other thing that I thought was, do you see this Chris Cotillo from Mass Live deleted tweet shitting on Nesson, and then he apologized for it? Did you see this at all?
I don't know what that is, no.
So he's the Red Sox beat reporter for Mass Live.
Oh, I remember him. Bradford hated him.
And he basically was criticizing their production issues.
Okay.
And then he deleted a tweet,
Didn't they screw up? I saw they were trending. Did they screw up a dive and catch or something? They didn't have the shot.
I didn't see specifically, but I
saw
saw
like missing a hole in one.
It's not fair. It's not fair. There's a production crew of
It's not fair.
15, 20 people.
No, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I wasn't mentioning. I didn't mean that as a shot at you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the golf equivalent of like missing the featured player in a tournament making a hole in one.
Maybe,
But he just did that. Don't you understand?
No, but
I correlate. You're right, Mike.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Situationally, we kind of knew going into the golf event that we might miss some things.
How did you miss
unfortunately.
that one? You guys,
There's no difference between that hole and another hole.
That's true. He
Especially
didn't know.
as a competitor, you know that.
You didn't say, "Hey,
go
gang,
into it
hole
with
in
the same
one coming."
mindset.
But shouldn't you just be following me around every hole?
No, I was following you around every
Did you see the hole
but
in one?
every time, I think I caught the ball go in as I turned from posting the previous hole.
So are you saying we need a third person?
I'm saying, to do that effectively, we absolutely need a third
Okay,
or fourth
well,
person.
get more people.
Yeah, no, I'm already thinking about maybe how to spice it up a little bit. We've already
What
done it
about,
twice the same way. How can we
like a little
change it?
spice.
What about Hard Nipple Henry there? Who always wants to be your assistant at all these events.
He's my director of live show,
Yeah.
assistant to
He's
the
your- yeah.
manager of live shows or something.
Yes.
I guess we'll call him Live Event Hard Nipple. You know, I don't
All right.
know.
That's
I think if you
a lot of words.
keep nipples, it'll stick. I think instead of
Oh,
adding
absolutely.
all this stuff.
Okay, just Nipple Guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he does think he's your assistant at these shows.
I think he's just like super
I
friendly.
think I've heard him
which he
say
is.
like he does like the clear out, like he does that thing with the hands like that. It's kind of like what am I doing here?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's trying to take Justin's job as like security.
I would rather
I think he
him.
looks at
Which, by the way,
himself as
Justin
Justin's-
played I'm by far the most famous person at this event. Dave knows I can get anybody on the phone at any time,
Right.
and Dave can't. But I could have been attacked. Justin wasn't even paying attention. He used to get his phone. Like,
really?
No
about?
security role.
He appeared a little stressed. Like, the
Wandering
elements get
around,
to
wandering
him.
around looking for hot dogs. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think I got shot.
Getting his signature order ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I get this? How do I get these hot dogs? It's
Well,
like,
you also rattled him early too. You went right to him and said, "Is it tough to stay awake here?
yeah, right away. Yeah.
Tough to stay awake at work or something like that?"
Did that put him in a
I'll tell you this.
bad mood?
So he must have stayed awake the whole way up there though,
He fell asleep toward the end, but yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah.
because he came up to me. He said 18. I was like 18 what? He's like we drove by 18 daycare
No,
centers.
no.
Boy, it keeps getting.
He's a fan. It's like the hot dog business. He's interested in maybe buying one. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
I'm not interested in buying.
I remember when it was high schoolers he was attracted to.
What are you talking? I'm not nothing to do with.
I
nothing to do with the
remember
other.
when it was college age people, but that's fine.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. Well, he
He
Chris Cotillo.
he was criticizing them, and then he was a pussy, and he put a tweet out apologizing for the deleted tweet.
Well, maybe, but is it legitimate or is he being a pussy?
Deleted a tweet criticizing Nesson for a glitch during a broadcast tonight. It was a shitty tweet and shitty thing to do to people I greatly respect. Hope everyone there calls me out for every typo or my nightly tradition of tweeting out the wrong score from now on.
That feels like
Who
a
can
lot.
forget that tradition?
Yeah.
Oh, pussy. I mean,
Tweeting out the wrong score on purpose? Is that a bit that he does?
I guess so.
you don't know
I
that
think it's
bit?
That's fun.
It's one of my favorite bits ever.
Oh.
Chris
pretty good.
Cotillo?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good
Only
for
other
him.
thing was,
Rotillo.
Rotillo? Was that?
did you see Jamel Hill trying to say that ESPN was like a conservative culture when she was there?
She's got a. I mean, I understand she's doing this. It's her living, but like nobody. Your show sucked.
What was the general point she was trying to make? Was that because black people and women worked at ESPN, the general public, or mostly the right, says that they're part of the woke media.
I feel like I actually feel like she's. Maybe it's because she blocked me. I feel like she doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't exist.
Like, am I missing where she's trending all the time like she used to or no?
No. What does she just do a podcast?
I don't even know.
She definitely has a podcast. She clearly doesn't have a CNN Plus show anymore.
Right.
It's weird that nobody. I mean, like at some point you have to say the whatever reason, whatever you think, whether it's everyone's racist or anti, whatever, the audience is rejecting you. They don't want to watch you do anything, whether it's her or Katie Nolan or who. I mean, I don't know, whoever. Like it's not. Nobody wants to watch this.
She currently writes for The Atlantic. I think
Right.
that
She writes for the Atlantic. Like I don't know. Like great, go do it. I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll say things where I'm like, oh, that's pretty smart and that's a good opinion. Like it's nothing against her, but
That was one thing I never liked anything she said, but I was like, she does get a reaction out of people. I'm surprised there's not more of an audience for that in some way.
she could host a show on CNN for sure instead of like who took over for Cuomo. I don't even know.
Oh, I don't know either.
I guess it's some long Vanity Fair story. I might read it about Maddow today where it's like these offers she got were insane.
Oh, crazy numbers.
Like wild.
Work
Like,
once a week, right?
Yeah, but not even that one. Like the other one she got. They said the story said SiriusXM made her like this insane offer.
So Sirius really only pulls that because they know their share price is going to jump on that news, right? They have no money to be offering her
they're
that type of
debt
deal.
like you wouldn't believe. I think, right?
The business model is very bizarre.
Yeah.
For everything.
I feel like they screw everything up. I
feel like that's fucked for everything. I don't know if it was Justin on the car ride. I was talking like Odyssey is under 60 cents.
59 cents the other
But then
day,
all of a sudden you see in the news like Odyssey just bought this podcasting company. It's
Right.
like, in
And
what
they're swimming
fucking
in
world
debt.
is that all right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, 59 cents today.
And that's the other one, not to go back to the beginning. That's the other one I never really understood why SiriusXM didn't get into the localized sports talk stations. Like, why wasn't channel 486 Boston Sports Talk, 487 New York, 488 Chicago? Why didn't they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that they probably thought was a waste. I don't know why.
I mean, but why? Like, you could corner. And again,
It's no more of a waste than a lot of channels they
yeah,
have.
like,
but-
I mean, they have.
I would say that for 10 years ago, that makes sense.
Well, not now. Now it's too late.
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
But also now people just move on too quick. So I think that the people who are digital first, like podcast consumers, they can't just listen to Red Sox only. They're like deeper than that. They want to hear what else is going on entirely in the MLB or entirely in the, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Do you think they just want to dial in on Boston?
Station's doing a 25 in Boston talking sports.
Yeah, but they're old.
So what? People
dying.
isn't Sirius old?
Yeah, probably older, but that's what I'm saying.
Kids don't. My kid would never ever be like, I'm listening to satellite radio.
I would bet Sirius is a pretty weird demographic because I don't even think it's age. I think it's people that got 6 months
cars.
free in their car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. My point is just that I'm a digital first person. I don't think I would just want to listen to a Boston sports only podcast.
Oh, I agree. But like
would
I said earlier, I think it's a sliver, but I think
Yeah.
it's an interest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Is there a Shark Tank channel on Sirius?
I don't believe there is. There is a
listen to
business channel.
They might broadcast CNBC.
Oh, that's true.
I think Kevin O'Leary does a lot with Sirius, doesn't he?
Does he? Why am I getting feedback? Am I getting that mic or no?
No.
I don't know. Who knows? Anyway. Hey, Dave, what's looking good in this Milton's yesterday? Look, I mean, Milton's can only go so far. They can't put hair in Dave's head.
Sure.
But maybe they can. I have no idea. I don't know. Summer is here. Milton's a store for men. That's everything you need to stay cool and look good this summer. Buy one, get one free suit deal going on right now. Cal, how was the? You weren't wearing Milton's suits at the outfitted you for this.
No, but I wore Milton's dress shirt, and I
Nice.
believe I got the shoes from Milton's.
Did you officiate this? No, you were.
No,
just
I was
in the party.
groomsman.
Did you feel like you were the last groomsman picked? Like if it was a groomsman draft, you were the first one out.
No, I think I was a key component to that.
Who was the last? Who was the last one in?
Name names.
Maybe my brother-in-law.
Really?
What street does he
Maybe.
live on?
Maybe.
Huh, yeah, what's the address?
Maybe.
South Shore Plaza, Braintree, Chestnut Hill Square, Chestnut Hill. And now open to Burlington Mall. 2 players come up to me yesterday. One of my play with said they were wearing their Miltons. That's very nice. I even see enemies of the show are tweeting out if they go to Milton's. I mean, you can't. People love Milton's. That's what I even probably Merchant goes there. Who knows? Who knows?
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, if you want to look great, go to Milton's. You want to support the number one partner of the show, go to Milton's. Miltons.com. Summer shoes from Colon, slides from Under Armour. Again, you get that great suit deal. Peter Millar, Faraday, you get your Tommy Bahama, your Vineyard Vines, your Under Armour. I'm dressed like a slob today, but tomorrow I'll look good in my Miltons. That's a promise. You'll be as comfortable in our stores as you'll be in our clothes. Go to Miltons.com right now, or their great stores, our great partner at Miltons.
Okay, I hope this bitch gets knocked out now. Alex Bennett, this is not a technical thing on our end. So she's gonna blame it on me.
Who, Alex
Now
is?
I'm team fucking cupcake.
Wait, did you just call Alex Bennett a bitch? What are you doing?
Yeah, he did.
Well,
This guy's crazy. He's too hot for live
call her a
TV.
bitch. I said this bitch. That's not like calling somebody a bitch.
Who are you referring to, Dave?
Huh?
Who are you referring to?
Well, it's like this bitch. It's not like you're a bitch. It's this bitch.
Oh, like
Yeah.
What are you like?
Why are you so like specific about that?
she's
Who
a real
cares?
thought.
You think she doesn't say like this bitch? Why? What's different between her?
Because you're
to
a
do that?
guy.
No, I mean
You're
yeah.
not?
I mean, I am, but that's why. Why should I have any different
You don't
rules
know
than
her.
she has?
All right, what did the cunt say, Dave?
I'm just saying she's blaming the
Okay,
technical
Dave.
difficulty
Well, why
on
don't you
me.
use some of the words that members of other communities use to refer
I
to each
use
other?
my
then?
words, and I think she'd be okay with that. I think she would be okay with this.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just upset now.
What are you talking about?
She's blaming the technical issues on us, and I
She
do
did it
not.
on the phone. You call her that then?
She's not blaming it on us.
She's blaming it on me.
Yeah, she said she tweeted out technical difficulties on @Kirkman Show, but it wasn't our fault. It was @Dave Cullinan's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's not. How do you know it's correct?
Because
don't
you
know
always
that's correct.
fuck things up. That's
a lie.
why.
Tell me the last time I fucked something up technically.
This.
No, before that, if this was the case.
That doesn't count.
Before that, this happened.
Rico Bosco called at the start of the show to talk about your technical fuck ups.
No, that was yesterday at the mini golf. That's
Okay, so
totally
yesterday. Okay, you want me to go the day before? I'm sure
If you're going to go all the way back to yesterday.
Probably fuck something up at the wedding, I'm guessing. I mean, we can go every day if you want. What do you want me to say? Did she tweet this out?
Yeah, it was disrespectful, actually.
She's part of the family now.
Yeah.
I guess family fights, right?
When was this tweet?
Damn straight.
I retweeted it from the show account. It was 58 minutes ago.
Jesus, Dave, pay attention to the show, would you?
Talking about it. I just got the alert for it, so I don't know.
Alert. You know what that is. Let's see here.
That could have been, was that before the interview or after?
Do you think it was before the interview?
Yeah, she tweeted it yesterday.
Oh, no, I'm saying like that looks mid operation there. Yeah, because they logged off when that thing was on the screen.
I don't see it on the retweeted, Justin.
She deleted it after Dave bullied
At
her.
Kirkman show?
Yeah.
You keep scroll down past Dave's hair.
Oh, so you didn't just do what you're saying.
No.
I got you. There you go. That's a good way to win over the audience is to blame Cullinane. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart plan. Maybe that's just a strategy.
That's kind of a cheap shot. That is kind of a cheap shot.
respected. I take back my words.
As always. As always. Dave stands his convictions as long as he always does.
She's crafty, that Alex Bennett.
Sneaky.
She knows what she's doing.
I got an idea brewing in my head. I'm not going to pitch it now, but I think it might be the most ambitious Minahan proposal yet.
Can you give us a ballpark, a hint of some kind?
A ballpark hint of some kind.
Yeah,
Evansfield, Mike.
Get us
How's
in the
that?
vicinity.
No.
Okay.
Not yet. It's in the infancy, though.
Well, then why mention it?
Just to whet the appetite a little bit. That's how we do it here, Mike.
Okay.
So you should do it at blindmike.net. You get a year subscription right now for
2 months free.
how much does it cost, Mike?
Well, if you want to, the $5 tier would be $50.
There you go.
Yeah. $10 tier would be
$100.
$100.
Okay. I got you.
15 would be
I got you.
100.
Different tiers. I got you. Yes. Is it $5,000? What was the other one? What was the big one?
Oh, no, that's good. We now have
What was it before?
$15 and $20 tiers. You get everything.
What was the original one that was the most?
$500.
That's gone?
That was the Tom Hartman model, I believe.
Thom Hartman?
Yes.
Yes. Was that Dave?
Silent.
If the most ambitious thing you've done to date is let's call it a 6 from a 1 to 10 scale, what is this?
12.
What's the most ambitious thing you've done to date?
Tough to say. I mean,
The case.
yeah, I would say, like, in a weird way, Madawaska 1 was very ambitious. In fact, everybody did it.
Yep.
But this would be bigger than that. This would take full Minifan commitment and show commitment to a level that I think we could pull off. I believe we could pull off.
Okay.
And by the way, if we do it, it'll cost some Minifan lives, but it'll save more lives.
Interesting.
in the process.
I want to do good
Interesting.
Well, you might be the ones who dies, Dave. Are you willing to do that?
for the good.
Yeah.
I can be the one who dies.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, you guys can debate that later.
I choose Justin Dye.
Who would you leave your hair to, Dave? Your 4 strands of hair if you died in your will.
My
I might have more hair than you do at this point.
That's not even.
You said that, yeah. You're certainly more flowing. You said.
Yeah.
I mean, making that comment when it's a torrential downpour or whatever's going on there yesterday.
It was post downpour, but I know what you're saying. Your hair was very wet. You look like a rat. It was not.
It was not a good look for me.
You're not a hat guy, right?
No, I don't look
Flow
good.
the
with
flow.
that.
Yeah, I understand.
I like the idea that Dave tried to sell us on the fact that he goes into the barber shop and says, "Give me the Chris Berman."
Yeah. It was like,
It was a style he was going
time of
for.
year.
I say 2 metal, sides and back, blend it, and then this time I said thin it out like as much as you can.
Who was the mini golfer there that you were like sort of most disappointed in their performance? Anybody or no?
No, because I didn't have high hopes for any of them, to be honest with you. Yeah.
No. The B-Man guy was there.
Harmon was literally,
Oh, really?
he was literally last place.
He made a hole in one on that double hole.
Yeah, he did.
Still came in last place?
He was struggling at
That was actually back to back, and Tim made an unbelievable putt on that hole too. A really long.
Oh, from the second level? Yeah, that was a nice putt. He's a good player.
Yes.
It's a little bit like the John Daly of the tour. You know?
That's fun.
Yes.
Both follow me on Twitter, apparently.
Well, that's true. I never thought of that. Wow, what a week for him, too. He plays with Kirk Minahan on Sunday and is in the car with Justin on Wednesday?
Wednesday night.
He could be in the studio probably really soon, I would assume.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that counts or not now.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Not right.
It's not fair to them, though. I don't want to deprive them.
Right.
I'm trying
like
to do
you doing them charity.
I'm trying
by
to do the
having
right
them.
thing
Yeah.
here, but it's like...
So as a fan, we may invite them into the studio for a day, but not because they necessarily want anything.
They're not owed.
Yeah. I also need, do we need to keep Justin awake for 96 hours or something? Is there some way of penance for this? I don't know. What?
96 hours
You can't do that?
of just being awake.
For the show, you wouldn't do that? For me, you wouldn't do that?
Would you?
What kind of a relationship is this? Stay awake for 96
Not a
hours.
relationship. Let's be very clear about this. Oh, fine. Oh, no problem. Okay.
Stay awake just for 90, just what, blasting Metallica?
I would rather watch Justin.
Whatever you want.
I would rather watch Justin sleep for 20 hours with a camera on him. Honestly.
You want me to sleep for 20 hours?
Which we basically watched the other night anyway. I mean,
That's not
jeez,
true.
what a
Has
disaster.
that Dana guy come out? I haven't seen anything. Like,
No,
is he on Twitter or anything like that?
Someone messaged him on Snapchat that he gave out to the world, and when he was just like, dude, I have no fucking idea what happened last night. I think I was kidnapped.
What's that?
That Dana guy has like no recollection of joining.
Oh, really? Oh,
why
I'm
he
sorry,
got
I
in
wasn't
the
listening. Did you say? You said he was on like social media or something talking about it?
He gave out his Snapchat, and someone messaged him and said, crazy what you did with Kirk Minshew and Barstool. And he was like, I have no idea what happened. I think I was kidnapped.
Do you believe he was
such
that?
high highs that sometimes I have low lows.
High highs and low lows.
That can happen.
Yep.
That can definitely happen.
I was telling the guys, in the middle of the night, I turned it on. It was that guy singing, and he was singing an original song. And when he said, hold my hands, it was part of the songs, Justin put his hand back and they held hands for a moment.
That's good.
It was beautiful.
Justin was awake?
It was touching. He was. Yeah.
Wow.
Then he started singing. What was the song you guys were singing?
I
together?
want you to put your hands on my body.
No, there was a ballad. It was it's a great song.
sings it?
Jar of Hearts.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it was a great song.
That does sound like a great song. All right, we're back tomorrow. blindmike.net. Go subscribe right now. Give me a little taste of what we get next few days, Mike.
Quincy tomorrow.
Quincy. Okay.
I think I'll probably do a Better Call Saul recap tonight for the last couple episodes.
Yeah. Do you have a show up today on iTunes, right? The free one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on there?
We reacted to your big appearance with Craig and his partner, Jerry.
Oh, Jesus.
We talked about Brendan Shaw. Oh, let me ask you this. As a
Okay,
father of an adopted child,
Sure.
is this not offensive, but is this kind of a silly question to ask?
I'm here for it.
Michael Chandler's a UFC fighter.
Uh-huh.
And Brendan Shaw had him on his podcast, and Michael Chandler's talking about how he adopted African-American children. And he even says, they're very dark skinned, they look nothing like me, blah, blah, blah. And Brendan Schaub says, do they know you're not their real father?
Actual, not real.
Actual father,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Jeez, that's very offensive.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you have to have like as Kate gets older, she has a great sense of humor. So like, it's a bonding thing in a way. Like I'll do like last night. She said to me, "Oh, you couldn't even beat your brother." She said, "Oh, you didn't even win." I was like, "Oh yeah, your mother didn't want you." Like we just,
Jesus.
but like as a we joke.
No, I understand.
We're
Yeah.
joking. Like it's a
Yeah.
joke. And we laugh.
Yeah.
Like you gotta like it's-
Sure.
Like we're laughing. Like you can't. To me, if there's like this super serious stigma to it, it's kind of like, what do we do? Like I love her. She's. I love her more than more than Harry. So like, but like she's like the greatest kid. Like I would never be like, oh, she's who cares?
Yeah.
Once you get past that bullshit, it's like it's fun to be. She's an age now where she has a sense of humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she
Michael
would-
Chandler was not offended.
Okay,
but
good.
he took it in stride.
She would laugh at that. Like she
Yeah.
would laugh at it, but be like, oh, that's because as long as you know, like it's from a place of just fucking around. Like how seriously are people going to take things?
Right.
I see that sometimes where people, I'll read these. At the beginning, I'd read all these blogs about adoption, how you treat. It's like be honest from the start, and then just you can have some fun with it. It's not that big a deal. It's really not.
Well, I remember, I think you kind of twisted it into, or maybe this is actually what he said, but I remember on Kirk and Callahan, you would joke that Jerry said that you must love Harry more than Kate because it's your real kid or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I think he did. Like in a weird, like, yeah, I'm like, no, it's dumb. I appreciate it. I don't give Justin credit for much. But he did at my back where he was like, Jerry brings up this thing all the time where it's like, what were you saying? You're ripping him on the wrap-up show, which is on tonight, right? The wrap-up
Yep.
show? Okay. You're going to stay awake for it.
I'm going to try.
Okay, good.
What if Justin
Well, I don't know if
slept,
we'll be able to,
like
but
didn't
yeah.
leave his bed for 72 hours?
Like
72
I want Justin to be like a bear in the winter. I want to find what a bear does, and I want Justin to emulate. I want him to dig himself underground and stay there for 4 months. We'll keep paying you, but can you do that, do you think?
Sleep in my bed?
No. I want you to sleep like a bear, like get in the
Hibernate.
ground, hibernate.
Like dig a hole?
With like a family of bears. You could do that.
What if,
dress-
what if he's like buried in like a chamber underground?
Yeah, maybe.
So like he kind of has his own little. You could have like a
Yeah,
kitchen
seems
and everything
reasonable.
like that.
That's a fair start. I will negotiate. But Justin was on the wrap-up show the other day with somebody, and he said,
I said,
Go ahead. Yeah,
Jerry always says the same jokes. Like, oh, Kirk, are you on your meds? Are you going to keep holding your grudge again? Like, he thinks less of you because you have mental health issues.
yes.
I tweeted that like immediately after the.
All right, Dave, you win. Okay, congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Justin. What stolen take did you?
Jesus. I'll be
No,
sure
he-
to tell
he does-
Dr.
he does.
DiStefano that before your consultation. All right.
He does think less of you because you have mental health issues.
I think he thinks it's like a joke that he can
Yeah.
lord over.
I think
you or
it's
something.
because he doesn't feel comfortable for some reason just saying goodbye because your interview is over. He has
Right.
to make a jab for
Right.
just some dumb kill time reason.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't
It
care.
means
I, of
nothing.
course, don't care. It is weird. Like he always. That is a joke, go-to joke.
Yes,
crutch
yes.
for him.
Well, I think based on I don't know Jerry as a guy, just based on the stereotype I know him as.
Yeah.
He kind of thinks of if you go to therapy, you're kind of a pussy.
No, I think he's got. No, I think he has a family, and I think
No,
he's.
I'm sure he's advanced over the years, but I'm saying
yeah,
that type of guy started thinking.
I would agree.
at one
He was
time.
raised.
Yes.
No, it's a different generation.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's more like.
It's an awkward crutch now.
I think
is
for him
all
it's
it
more
is.
like this is one of Kirk's 3 things I can go to.
Oh, that's probably true.
He's crazy, he's wild, that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't think it comes. I don't think Justin comes from a place of. I really don't think it comes from this bad place or anything.
I think it does.
Really?
Yep.
Do you hate Jerry Callahan?
Oh, he's not.
I'm not a fan.
Do you hate Jerry Callahan?
Yes.
Okay, tweet that out, Dave.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
What a rivalry.
I love the guy.
Now there's a little incentive for this intern to fight Justin.
That's true. Oh, thank God.
Maybe that's what this is all about.
Get that started. But I did it. I had fun the other day. But if you said to me, would you? I have no desire to ever do that.
Is it because you hold a grudge? That's the other thing he always brings up.
What grudge?
He always goes, oh, Kirk's going to hold a grudge. And
Well, he's worried. His whole life is worried I'm going to get mad at him and tweet out, go fucking ruin Jerry's show.
Oh, you're saying no desire to do the show?
No, God,
I
no.
got you.
No. It feels like work. This doesn't feel like work. This is more of what I want to do. And
You're hanging with your buddies.
Yeah, yes. And he likes doing what he's doing, I think. I don't. Was the vibe different there, Dave, than here? Work on that show, was it more tense or Jerry's a good guy to work for?
Yeah, no, it was his show was more tense, but just because of his the way he operates, he's just strange. He flips out on shit, like you heard the other day.
That's the thing. If he flips, I don't know. It's funny to me, but he's not trying to be funny. He flips out on Craig.
No, he's legit pissed.
But it's funny. It's just funny.
His podcast, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It didn't come out until 8:00 at night because they were having a feed. He still to this day thinks that you have an impact on how these platforms are getting his podcast.
You mean
in the
Kirk
world.
Minahan?
No, like his producer Craig.
That'd be
whatever.
great. If he's texting Craig, why is Manan doing this to us?
Wow, I'm not that worried about it.
If your podcast isn't up today, let's say at what time's whatever, in a couple hours,
4 o'clock.
I'd be like, oh, Apple's down, it's fucked up, and you'd understand that. And if it came out at 8, you would understand why.
Was it
He will
hard for
never-
you when you produced back then? The flood of tweets you would get from Jerry's
I couldn't
listeners
keep up with
asking
it.
why the podcast wasn't coming.
I
out?
couldn't keep up with it, unfortunately.
Well, I think what you do then, when it happened with our show once in a while, is you do have some fun with it. You just there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
I mean, do I think Colleen's working his hardest to get it up? Probably not.
It's not
Right.
true at all.
You're stuffing food in your face at Tony C's in Burlington while the podcast isn't up.
That was a strategic decision
Okay,
to
just
get
saying-
to a meeting
just saying that happened.
with a client, wasn't it?
Mike was there. Mike was yapping away with me before.
Sure was. A lot of small talk.
Mike was like, "Hey, what's going on TV these days?" I'm like, I don't know, Mike.
I'd say I even bumped it up to medium talk. We had
Yeah. Oh no, it was. Justin was adding a lot to the conversation as well. All right, so we're back tomorrow. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday this week. Next week, Mike, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
Then we're off for the rest of that week. And then we're taking, I'm sorry, people, we are taking that next week off. And then we're back, right? Could be doing 5 days a week. But our rule is 70,000. If Alex Bennett gets her 50K, good for her. She's changed it. But 70K was our deal. So, right? Is that right?
70K is 5 days a week in
Yes.
September.
3 months.
For 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
50-minute shows.
Who are the? Is there a Thursday guest?
Great question. Who are you thinking of, Dave?
Well, I was originally thinking one of the winners, but I don't know if that counts. So
What do you mean? Well, I don't think McFuss-Daddy's going to do it, do you?
no, but the other
We just
person
had him here
was
last
very-
week.
Tim Ridgels
Just
might-
spread it out.
Yeah,
It's
spread it out a little bit more.
It's a long world. Why don't you be a little creative?
We have this fucking conversation about this all the time.
We've had about 4 of them.
On the air,
Total.
it has come up at least 10 times.
I heard this Montante guy. I was listening. I was listening to one of these shows when I was running yesterday.
On Tante's World?
No, the guy from Australia there, Tony, whatever his name is,
Yep.
was saying that this Montante was on one of these shows, just crazy slurs left and right.
Oh no.
Doesn't sound like Montante.
No, I don't know. I like the guy, but geez, we gotta go make sure that we gotta protect ourselves.
Yeah, you got to
here.
protect the brand.
So I don't know if you think of any other names before Thursday. So Mike will be here tomorrow. Mike, you're back.
Yes, sir.
All right, go to blindmike.net. Justin, wrap up show tonight.
That's right.
Anything else you want to promote?
Nope.
Did you do any hot dog stuff this weekend?
Friday, Saturday.
How did that go? Hot, huh?
Oh, it's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Just been sweating my dick off.
They
for
were
like
so
the past-
hot, you said?
Yes, they as in like.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Kirk.
Mike, I mean, defend that, Mike. Go ahead. God knows you will if anything.
I was
Try-
by
Justin's
myself.
my buddy. I'm sure that's not what he meant. You're taking him out of
I
context.
was by
I'm
myself.
Sure.
I mean, Jesus, God.
By himself,
hot.
masturbating.
It was nope. Did not masturbate this weekend.
Justin just got his notebook like class of 2028 scouting report. It's unbelievable.
No. We did. I did have a kid in high school who like had a notebook full of shit like that.
Sure, a kid, yeah.
Justin told me last time he tried to lose weight. Was it in high school that you?
No, it was like early 20s. What I did was I wouldn't let myself come unless I worked out that day,
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
and it worked. I lost some weight.
Nice.
Why don't you go back to that?
Because what I'm doing is working now, and
How much weight have you lost?
I'm down 25 pounds.
That's good.
Nice.
How much more weight do you want to lose?
Just I'll know it when I hit it.
Well, I mean, you must have some sort of.
75.
Oh, that's you can do that.
I believe in myself.
Just take your.
Sure,
so you've lost 25 in how long?
Since the start of June.
Yeah, so
Pretty good.
So then you could be, you'd be done a year from now. You could be down another 75.
I'd like to.
That's a good goal. I like that. All right, there you go. Dave, anything else from you?
Nope. All good.
All right. So we're back tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Goodbye.